This is a Miami Sports Music Podcast Network production. This is the #1 Miami fan morning show. Clock Blockers, let's go.
I know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter column. Whole squad been trained to go.
What's up, baby?
Welcome, bro. Two a time. Time to grab.
Yeah, boy, we doing big things over here on Clock Blockers over here on Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Good morning, my family, my Finlaws. What is going on? I'm your host, Stephen Daniels. You can follow me on all social media at Stephen D. SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. Make sure y'all do that there. Also, follow Miami Sports Music everywhere at Miami Sports Music, except on Twitter, where we are at MIA Sports Music, okay? Also, hey, look, if you want to, hit the like button on your way in. Hit it. It helps. And share the link. I know I'm late. Let me tell you why. There's going to be one of the biggest reasons I've ever had and best reasons I've ever had. I was on the phone this morning getting everything squared away for the big announcement that I'm going to make here in a little bit. Yeah, it's going to be big. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Okay. Make sure you share the link. Let people know that we're live. Let people know that we're here. Okay. We can't grow without your help. So if you don't share the link, I can't grow. We can't grow. Can't grow together. Okay. So make sure you hit the link by sharing the link, and make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed to the new people. Hey, look, if you want to sign up to become a member and become part of the family today, there are plenty of seats waiting at the table for you. We'd love to see you sign up and become part of the family. That's right. Sign up today. There are plenty of seats waiting at the table for you. Look, we can't obviously grow without your help. So if you guys don't do it, I don't know who else is going to. Okay, so make sure you guys sign up today and become a member because, look, we want you to become part of the family in my Vin Diesel voice. So make sure you all do that today. It's pretty big. I'd love to get 2 new people to the show. Can we get 2 new people to the show today? That'd be big. We'd love to see that. All right. Look, if you want to help the channel grow by donating, lots of different ways you can do it. You can use the YouTube live super chat, which is the $ below the bottom of the chat. Or you can use Cash App or PayPal, which is $MSM Podcast Network, or use the QR code that's right on your screen. Or you can use MSM Podcast Network or use the QR code that is right on your screen. Want to give a big shout out to our sponsors of the show. Let me tell you, big sponsors, okay? ZSM Sports. ZSM Sports, the #1 place to get your cards, jerseys, balls, and hard-to-find items. Make sure you follow ZSM Sports today. Cards, jerseys, balls, hard-to-find items. Make sure you follow Zachary over at Sports ZSM. Less is more events. Lime tickets. Boy, let me tell you about these people. They came through clutch. They came through real clutch. This is humongous. Less is more events is absolutely amazing. They supply tickets for sports and entertainment events for less than the competition, allowing you to have more fun. Call 202-930-3533 today to get a personalized experience with Shawnee or Ken. They're both amazing. To get the personalized experience to the game you want to or event you want to today. Lime takes pride in providing the hottest tickets at great prices with absolutely no service fees, 0 service fees. Okay. Make sure you all know that. That's a big deal. Hey, hit the like button. 19 of y'all, only 11 likes. Hit the like button. Make sure you hit up Lime. And I'm going to talk more about Lime here in a minute. We're going to have Lime on tomorrow morning. Actually, it won't be tomorrow morning now that I think about it. Because you'll understand why in a few. Anyways, just understand I won't be there. So I want to give a big shout out to our other sponsor of the show, Tail Greeter. Download the app today on your current Apple or Android device today, and get Tail Greeter. Absolutely amazing. So I'm not going to talk to you about the tailgate events that we're doing because you guys already know about those. About 48 hours ago, I got texted an opportunity with So just so you know, Tail Greeter has been absolutely amazing. The owner, Nick, and his right-hand man, Pat, who's absolutely amazing, hit me up with an idea and an opportunity to, do a big promotion down in South Florida. And obviously, you guys know I live in Maryland, and, I don't get a chance to do stuff except when I go down for football games. And they hit me up with an amazing opportunity. And I got Lime tickets through my connection with Tail Greeter. And make a long story short, make a long story longer, because I don't know how to say this other than I'm just so stoked about it. Tail Greeter and Lime are coming together. And I had to put all this together in the last 24 hours. We're going to be hosting a huge watch party down in South Florida tomorrow night and Thursday night at Veza. It's going to be an awesome watch party for Game 3. It's going to be an awesome watch party for Game 4 at Veza in Wynwood in Miami. Well, Stephen, why should I go there when I can go to, the stadium where they're going to have a huge watch party? Or why can I go there when I can go watch it at my house? I'm going to tell you why. Because Tail Greeter in Lime are providing 2 tickets as a raffle, $10 each, okay, to Game 4 of the NBA Finals and the NHL Finals. Yes. So on Wednesday night, we will have a huge watch party. You have to RSVP through Tail Greeter. Pay the minimum at least $10 donation. It gets you a raffle ticket. You have to be there to win for a chance to win a pair of tickets to Game 4 of the NBA Finals. Solo D and I are going to host it. We're going to have DJ Tropic 2.0. He's going to be there playing in between the game. We're going to have the sound of the game on. Veza is going to have craft beer specials, food specials. It's going to be great. And at the end of the third quarter, we are, the people that bought raffle tickets, you can buy as many as you want. We have multiple ones for sale. If you guys go to the link, matter of fact, I'll drop it again in the chat. It's we're going to be giving away a pair of tickets to Game 4 of the NBA Finals tomorrow night at Veza. And man, let me tell you how big this is. Absolutely amazing. Lime and Veza are footing the bill for this. Or excuse me, Lime and Tail Greeter are footing the bill for this. Veza is offering up their location, and I put this whole thing together. It's absolutely amazing. And then on Thursday night, we're going to do it all over again, except this time we're going to do it for the Florida Panthers and the Las Vegas Golden Knights. And we know that, the game last night didn't turn out the way we want to, but that's okay. We're coming back down to Sunrise. We're going to do big things, and we're going to have a watch party again on Thursday night for the Florida Panthers and the Las Vegas Golden Knights. And we're going to do the same thing there. You have to RSVP through Tail Greeter. And at the end of the second at the end of the second period, during the second intermission, we are going to go ahead and give away a pair of tickets to Game 4 of the NHL Finals. Let me tell you, this is the biggest thing I've ever done. This is putting us on a bigger level. It's putting us up on a bigger map. And I couldn't have done it without Tail Greeter and Lime, Less is More events, helping me put this together. So not only are we giving away a pair of tickets, the pair of tickets, whoever wins them, is going to go to the game with Solo D and myself. So I will be going to Game 4 of the NBA Finals and the NHL Finals, courtesy of Tail Greeter and Lime tickets. So I'm stoked. I can't believe this. This all kind of came to fruition in the last minute. And it's a once in a lifetime opportunity that I could not say no to. And I'm coming out of pocket for some stuff, but I think it's worth it for, the opportunity to be able to do what I'm doing and to also put on these great events. So if you know anybody that's in South Florida, we need to pack the place at Veza, and I need your help to do it. Okay. So I need you all there. If you live anywhere, if you live in an hour and a half radius or 2 hours tops, come Wednesday and Thursday night. Support me, support Veza, support Tail Greeter, support Lime, because we can do more of these events if we have a big turnout. We can do a lot more of these events with Miami Dolphins stuff. We can do more virtual events to give tickets and airfare and stuff. Like we've had this conversation in the last 48 hours that if we can have a big turnout at these two events, we can do bigger stuff on the morning show here, and just we're trying to do big things, man. But two things got to happen. I need you all to help me, and I need y'all's help big time. This is big. So I need y'all to share this everywhere. Go on my social media at Stephen D SKPL. I've already tweeted it. I've already done all this stuff. Anything you guys can do to help promote this, it is big. So tomorrow night, Veza watch party, Miami Sports Music, Veza Game 3 watch party, Miami, Denver, Miami Heat, Denver Nuggets. The party will start at 8 p.m. Solo D and myself are hosting it. You have to RSVP on Tail Greeter. It's at least a $10 donation to RSVP, and that the minimum $10 gets you a raffle ticket for a chance to win a pair of tickets to Game 4 of the NBA Finals. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Sinbad Sports is going to be there as well on hand, giving out a lot, selling his stuff too. And it's going to be a great time. So, and come on, $10 gets you a chance to win a pair of tickets to the NBA and or NHL Finals. I mean, you can't beat that. You can't do it. So, all this kind of came together in the last 24 hours. Honestly, I was on the phone as late as this morning, just trying to get stuff together. I'm flying out first thing tomorrow morning. There will be no show tomorrow morning. Because I'm going to be flying out doing everything. So, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be absolutely nuts. And I'm super stoked about it. And, it's probably one of the biggest things. It is the biggest thing I've ever done. I'll try to make it out on Thursday, Steven. Shout out to you, Adam Sadowski. I hope you come, man. Dude, just pay the $10, come out and hang out. And get your ticket through the door. Yeah. I'm literally working on 3.5 hours of sleep because I was up till 4 a.m. last night making the graphics for all this stuff. I was closing the deals with the DJ and the venue and trying to get vendors in there. And it's a lot. And it's funny because I'm still doing stuff for all three of the big tailgates in Philly, Baltimore, and Washington, and trying to get that stuff. I'm working hard, guys, and I'm doing the morning show, and I'm trying to grow that. And I love you guys. I just want y'all to know that. And I think that I have something big here, and it's in part because you guys support the show all the time. I know there's only 34 of you watching right now. I wish there was 134. But know that it's a big deal, and you guys are great, and I couldn't do this without you. And I know that the 134 will be a no-brainer one day. And during the season, it gets to that anyway. So just know that. I'm going to drop the link this morning because we're not doing Wildin' Out Wednesday tomorrow. So we're going to do that today. Hot Take Tuesday, Wildin' Out Tuesday. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. We could talk about the loss last night. That was such a bad loss last night that Florida took. I watched the whole game. I don't know why I did. It's great. Manza said the real one's here. No, you guys are here. I appreciate it. Flipside Fishing. Any rappers wearing hats scheduled to appear? I like it. Oh man, perks of grinding, man. Hey, you're not no lie, Trucker Sean. Like I would not be in this position today if it wasn't for doing the show on a regular basis for 3 years. And just grinding consistently out there. This is huge. I mean, this platform is giving me the ability to go into NBA and NHL finals in the same weekend in the same metropolitan area through the sponsors that I have. I mean, that's huge. That's amazing. I got to come out of pocket with stuff, but look, if it's going to do it, so be it. I'm stoked about it. I definitely hope that it becomes a big thing. And yeah, I'm excited. A lot going on here at Miami Sports Music, and I wouldn't do it without y'all guys. So just know that it's a big deal. I'm waiting for the RSVPs to come in. So again, the links are pinned in the description. They're pinned in the chat. RSVP it's Wednesday night, RSVP Thursday night. It's gonna be big. Gonna be big. All right. Good morning, Mark. What's up, man?
Yeah, good morning. Very disappointed this morning after the Panthers game last night. I really thought they were the best team going into the finals, but it's going to be 2-2 after the 2 games in Miami. They don't play it out the last 3.
I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right. I really do. Because look, there's pros and cons to the game last night. There was a personal pro to me because the ticket prices went down for game 3. And look, my sponsors, they were originally going to do 1 game pair of tickets, and then I was like, no, we need to do 2. And so after the butt whooping they got last night, they're like, all right, let's look about getting these NHL tickets. So
game's over. Wipe it off the map. Throw away the tape and get on to game 3. It's the only way you can look at it. Everybody's gonna have a bad game from every once in a while, and
I mean, look, I
think the Panthers are still better man for man.
5-2 in game 1 and 7-2 last night. I mean, they just could not put anything together. And then in the third period, I think there was 4 people on the bench at the end. It sucked. But I will tell you that those games, though, and the hit that Tkachuk put on, I forget who it was. But those things are stuff at the end of the day that you just can't deny those things, and that they can be big. Cruz Ruiz says, I don't like starting my mornings like this. F the Bills. F Mark spelled it intentionally. Oh, Mark, I'm sorry, man. You gotta go. Spelled it wrong intentionally. Okay. Cruz, I don't have anybody else to talk to this morning. He came on. Hey, that's why we do what we do. It's Wildin' Out Tuesday. Because there is no Wildin' Out Wednesday tomorrow, because I will be on my way to South Beach, down to Florida. Yeah, I have I get into Florida. I get into Fort Lauderdale at noon. So I'll be in Fort Lauderdale at noon tomorrow. Like, my bed is a mess right now. It's got all my clothes and stuff, and I got to pack up all this equipment after the show today. So much to do. So much to do. Guys, get up here. If you're going to kick Mark off, get up here. Come on. Come on, Lee. Shout out for Cruz for the $10 donation. Thank you. And, sorry, Mark. Sorry, buddy. You'll be back in 10 minutes, though. Cap for life. What's up, Cap?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. How are you? How is everyone doing today? How are you, sir?
I'm blessed. That's all I know. I'm blessed.
Yeah, sounds like you are, man. I'm happy for you, man. You've been grinding, you've been doing it, and you've been paying your dues, and it's finally showing off in a great way, man. That's going to be an epic experience, man. It's a forever memory.
I think so. I hope that it comes to fruition as well. Like, with wins for the teams.
Yeah, dude. It's something that coming into this game, a lot of us were doubting that, man, and for the Heat to be 1-1 right now with a clean slate, man. That's
And
a
look,
great game to go to.
the game 2 win in Denver was so huge, right, Cap? Like it was, and then to do it without any real, with the team coming together and making it a team win makes it even better. So I know the arena's going to be rocking Wednesday night and Friday night. And I'm so excited. Like, I've never been to an NBA or an NHL finals game. I've actually only ever been to 2 NBA games and like 2 hockey games ever. So
yeah, man. The only thing I can tell you, man, is get there early because the weather will be crappy all week.
So I've heard, man. So I have heard. I hope that doesn't happen. I was looking at the weather and I saw rain all week.
Oh no, dude, it's bad right now. There's like little gusts of wind coming in at 60 miles an hour for like 2 seconds.
Don't give me all that.
Nah, but that's nothing, bro. That's not even an element to to where you have to go, bro. I would go through all that in snow and hell and high water to get to those type of games, bro. No excuses for that.
Yeah, but I need people to show up to these watch parties too. So I need good weather so that people show up to the watch parties, man.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be different. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I need people. Dude, you got to come, man. You got to come. You got to come.
Nah, man, this week is a bad week, dude. But I'll be there in spirit, man, showing support, man. Hopefully I'll send a little dono out to you guys by the weekend. But yeah, man, just keep doing it, man. Grinding, bro.
I appreciate it, man. You're one of the reasons I'm here, man, because you've been supporting the show since day one almost.
I appreciate it, man. But you the main reason, man. And let me tell you something. The love of this team and all these teams right now, that brings us together, man. That's crazy, man. As much as they say, we're divided in a society, man. But we all get together when it comes to
watching Clock Blockers, except on Wednesday.
Yeah, bro. These games get us together, bro. These games are the reason. And right now, Miami sports is hot.
They are, man. And so, I mean, that's part of the reason. Like, I even asked, tail greeter, and I was like, I'm like, look, this is a pretty big deal for me. Like, I'm getting a lot out of this. And they're like, look, you've done a lot for us over the years and the last couple of years, and you're putting on these big tailgates through us, and this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and there's a good chance to market and promote and obviously brand. But there's nobody more deserving than you. And I was like, I appreciate that. That means a lot. So, I mean, it was a big deal. It was a big deal. I was excited. Man. So, what's up, man? Is Dalvin Cook going to be a Dolphin, bro?
What are we in? We day 6 watch of Cook
watch, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, let's be realistic, man. At this point right now, I mean, you got Wilkins to take care of, Siler to take care of. Rumor has it now Connor Williams wants to do something, maybe restructure or do something to help the team better, but he wants to probably stay longer. Like, we got, a lot of issues to fill.
If you could extend him out, give him a little bit more money as a signing bonus and decrease his oh my goodness gracious. Where's Noob? Where is Noob when you need him? PGA Tour has agreed to merge with Live Golf.
Oh my goodness. They surrendered.
Huge.
They surrendered to Live.
That is unbelievable. PGA Tour has agreed to merge with the Saudi-backed rival Live Golf. It was announced today. This is from Adam Schefter.
Wow.
23 minutes ago.
Yeah, because they had like 4 or 5 guys from Live in like the top 5.
Where is Noob at? Noob, like that is, oh my God. Like that's insane. You're right.
It was bound to happen.
Money talks.
It was bound to happen.
Look, they're offering guys. I think they offered somebody this past week. What was it? 3 years, 313.
Bro, they're offering almost double to one, and they're contending and competing in their ranking.
And well, their events are great too, right? Like I've seen some of their events.
I see Ricky Fowler going over there real quick, and I guess it's gonna happen. So,
oh my good, like Color says, there goes the antitrust. You're not lying, bro. But that's insane. that they're doing. Now, I will say this: now that PGA Tour is merging, I bet you there's going to be some caveats to it, and some of these major contracts now that Liv got what they wanted. They merged with PGA. They got what they wanted. So now I don't see people getting these as high of ridiculous contracts anymore. I just don't see it. I don't.
Yeah, but now you're going to see the move from the U.S. to Saudi Arabia, probably going to be more content now, more consistent, which is not a bad thing. I mean, crap, I like Dubai too. Those places are beautiful.
I mean, I've never been there. It is on the bucket list to go there. Oh my God, man. I can't believe that they did that. And I wonder, like, how's the money going to work with the, this is insane. Like,
that's what I'm saying, man. Look, let me tell you something, man. It's all about crypto.
Well,
it's all about crypto. The dollar's going to die.
All right. I don't want to get political, but here's what I will say to this. I do think it sets a precedent for maybe other leagues and making them worldwide leagues in the future.
That's what I'm saying. It's gone international, man. Everything's going international.
I think it sets a precedent up for stuff like that. And look, there we go. Noob, get up here. I want to talk to you about it. Seriously. I know you don't get on camera, but I'd love to talk to you about it. Get on.
Get up here, bro.
Liv isn't competing. Brooks Koepka is competing. One guy. This is Liv essentially getting eaten by the PGA until the details are released. It's a bad look. Who's it a bad look for, though, Noob? Like, get up here, man. I want to talk to you.
How is it the PGA eating Liv? No way, dude. The Liv is the one being intimidating and taking over right now, bro.
And how it looks from the outside in, Liv,
if we're even talking about Liv, Noob, that means they've done their job.
What they wanted. Liv got exactly what they wanted. They wanted to be taken seriously, not just with the money. And now that the PGA Tour has backed them, that's a big thing. That's a big thing.
It's a huge thing, bro. If Adam Schefter's reporting it, that's a football guy, dude, doing a PGA update. Come on.
Liv isn't intimidating. They're losing every single lawsuit. So explain to me this. Riddle me this, Batman. Why does PGA Tour then do it? Because there's no...
wouldn't be in their interest to merge. They would just crush them.
No, they would wait it out. That's what they would do. They'd be like, there's no way that this money can last forever, the prices that they're spending. That's how I look at it. Noob says relevance. Noob, get up here. I don't want to
get up here, man.
You're the golf guy. What do you mean?
Because if I'm feeding false information, please correct me. But I don't think I'm far off at all, and I don't think Steven is either.
I think it's big. I think it sets a precedent up for it. And basketball is one that you got to look at too. Basketball is going to be a big one that's going to go international in the next 5 years.
Yeah. If you already got talks about the NFL doing an international division, come on.
Star 305 says PGA is whack. They don't have a big fan base. They will sign anything. PGA knows they will not compete in 5 years. With the money that's there, I would agree with that. 110%. Mark, welcome back, Mark. Yeah, I mean this is huge. Absolutely huge. I don't know what to say other than I can't believe that it happened. And color, get up here because I'm interested to know about the antitrust laws and how that works. That's an interesting thing too. So, man, insane breaking news: PGA Tour and Live Tour combined. What a morning, man! Just big news all around, man. Big news.
And since since a couple of people are being slightly mean-spirited, and of course we want to bring in money to the channel, I just wanted to get your opinion of the Leonard Floyd signing yesterday.
The Leonard Floyd signing for me, to be fair to you, as far as how I think about the signing, I think it's them reaching. I'm not saying that I don't want to knock Leonard Floyd to say he's a bad
28 sacks the last 3 years.
I got you, but I think they're desperate to do anything to make sure that they can compete with the Jets offense and the Dolphins offense. That's fair.
Well, I guess my point here is that we are now what 6 days into free agency, and what has been done in Miami? There hasn't been outside of the three players that your draft choices that signed. Where is any supplements to the lineup?
Oh, look at Mark. Hey,
ready.
Steven, I came over here to hit the like button. What's going on? Tuesday? I don't usually see this. It's not Wednesday, buddy.
So, for those of you who missed it, I am flying down to Miami tomorrow morning to host 2 watch parties back-to-back nights at Veza.
Oh, look at Steven.
And we're
big man Steven making big things happen. I like it.
We're going to be giving away a pair of tickets to Game 4 of the NBA Finals on Wednesday night, and we're going to be giving away a pair of tickets to the NHL Finals Game 4 on Thursday night.
Hold on. Are you guys really giving away finals tickets to these games?
Yep. So,
this is the best sports show in the world right now. We love you right now.
Go on. You got an RSVP on Tailgreeter at $10. Every $10 that you give on an RSVP on Tailgreeter to each event, you'll get a raffle ticket. And then we're going to be getting $10, man. I mean, $10.
That's good stuff.
Chance to win. That's crazy. So, yeah. So,
hey, congrats on that, Stephen D. I want to say first and foremost, bro, because I started doing this, trying to do this kind of thing, like we all do, a year or so ago. And when I came across your channel, I really always have admired your production quality level, the way you carry yourself, and the way you try to present your show, and that's paying off, bro. It's big time. That's congrats, man, and good
Mark,
on you, bro.
Shout out to Color and all of you guys.
Thank you, man.
I'm so happy to be up here. Mark, what were you saying? That you're happy you guys pick up Leonard Floyd? Hey, Mark, you heard Steven? You heard Mark? Oh, the Dolphins haven't done anything in 3 days. He's so confident because the Bills picked up Leonard Floyd. That's why he's saying that. I hope you guys are aware of that. They did a move, we didn't, and now he feels like, oh, that's all.
No, I'm waiting. I am waiting for your move because there hasn't been any moves.
What move did Buffalo make?
They picked up Leonard Floyd
yesterday.
Yeah, which is a good move. I'm not gonna knock it, and it was a cheap deal. It's a good team-friendly deal. It shows that he went over there to try to chase a ring. That I must agree with, Mark. I'm not a hater like a lot of this fan base is. I do feel like Leonard Floyd went over there to chase a ring at this point in his career. Will he get it?
He played with Von Miller in Los Angeles.
You got to admit, though, Pete, Mark asking us that question is sort of like Chevy asking Rolls-Royce why they're not making a move. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It is. It's kind of like a
I don't see where you're. I don't see where your Rolls-Royce color. Because your offensive line is papier-mâché thin.
Pick your car dealer. Pick your car manufacturer above a Chevy.
You see, this is what happened.
40% of it shouldn't even be playing in the NFL.
He threw me out of the loop because what he said, right? But honestly, Steven, I came up here to talk about that. I saw Omar Kelly tweet out, Connor Williams, the center, is not at mandatory camp today. And this is that's actually, it's bothering me. And everybody up here, by the way, guys, to be honest with you, because the whole time entering the draft, I kept telling this fan base, we need to draft that center. We should draft the center. Get the center. We can move Connor Williams to left guard. And now everybody, oh, no, yeah, maybe, yeah, but whatever happened, it didn't happen.
So you don't have any confidence in the reports that they were testing out Liam Eichenberg and OTAs at center?
No, because they would not be doing that, Color. They would not be doing that if Connor showed up. They would not be doing that if they had paid Connor Williams the money he was asking for.
They just needed somebody to snap the ball that day is what you're saying.
Exactly. And now they're trying to throw it at us talking about, Liam Eichenberg is learning a new position. Maybe he's going to be this next big name. It's not going to happen. Okay. The only reason Eichenberg is getting that attention is because Connor Williams isn't showing up. And in fact, if we had drafted that center instead of the Giants drafting him a couple picks later and it would have been us, that would have actually put pressure on Connor Williams to actually show up because his position ain't just a gimme anymore. You got a rookie coming in trying to learn the system, and we could have had leverage over Connor Williams, honestly, if you ask me. But Greer's not a smart GM. Sorry I had to put that up in the air, and it just is what it is right now at this point. It is what it is at this point. He doesn't even know how to use his leverage with his own players that he brings up here. He doesn't even get to know his guys the way he needs to.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he's done enough. I think he's enough at 50-50 with most people in the fan base where we can, most of us can point out 10 things he did we hate, and we can point out 10 things he did we like. And so this is his build, and we're just about as built as we can be at this point based on the circumstances and our salary cap and all things involved. This is the year. I mean, honestly, what you all are saying about Greer really shouldn't apply until the end of next season, because you'll have more information to add to your calculus when it comes to a final result, because we're still not in the midst of it or exact center of it, but we are still like in this build window. It's not like we're, I mean, a lot has been done that's good, and a lot has been done that's bad. I mean,
I personally, honestly believe the bad outweighs the good by a very large portion.
Well, you may have that opinion now. You may have that opinion now, but let's say there's certain things we didn't do, and that ends up working out for us, and better. All I'm saying,
and you know what, Color, you're absolutely right.
If we smash it this season, and everything culminates and comes through, then everybody's opinion is going to completely turn 180 on Chris Greer in a positive direction.
But this is what I'm gonna tell you though, Color, right? So far, you got the fan base that'll tell you, oh, Greer is great on the 53, right? On the 90-man roster. It's awesome. It's only going to take one person to make or break his career. I hope you know that. I hope the whole fan base listening right now is aware of that.
Well, you may be right about that.
It doesn't matter. Look, he's
we are on the verge of being great or rebuilding the team. That's how close we are.
You may be right about that, Pete. But when a guy gets lucky at a slot machine and walks out of the casino, the restaurant down the road don't say, I don't take that money because you won it with luck.
Well, the owner's not going to sit here and say, well, you got the other 52 picks correct. The quarterback is holding us back.
No, but what's going to say that is that ring he's putting on Ross's finger. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that it's going to happen. What I'm saying is, like, there has to be a final end result at some point, and it's culminating in this season, bro.
The reality, the end
we haven't put it together yet. We've had good paper for a couple years now. We've got the best paper we've ever had in our history, or since Dan Marino, some say, or since 2000, whatever.
We're at the poker table with all our chips in the middle.
But we just have record-wise, we just have not smashed it yet. And this is it, man. I mean, it has to happen this year, bro.
But I thought it was supposed to happen last year.
For Tua, we were talking. For the team and the build and our general manager, it's this year.
As of right now, our capital is officially drained. This is the year. Like, we're all in. Like,
yeah, this is it. I mean, if you looked at Omar Kelly's article about, how we actually are poised and set salary cap wise to do a hard reset if it don't work out this year, I thought it was very insightful. He could be wrong, and he admits I could be wrong, but he crunched the numbers and say, hey, look, the way we're actually positioned is to do a hard reset if it don't work this year.
This hard reset is not going to happen, okay? That's just honestly what I feel now.
What's the level of hard reset, Color?
This hard reset is not going to happen. The hard reset, I bet what Color's talking about, and I'm just assuming before he gives his own answer, they have to fire the coach, fire the GM. And that's where I think it's not going to
hard reset to me. Seems like, blowing it up, but hard reset
with a GM and coach.
We called it a soft rebuild.
Right. But what I'm saying is a hard reset is, I would say, is not a complete blow up. Although it's as close you can get to a complete blow up while just retooling. It's like the strongest retooling you can do,
Our 2018 entering 2019
and all it means is the level at which his choices become more impactful grows. So in other words, if we're doing a hard reset next year, he has to be absolutely right about every single personnel decision he makes for 2024. That would be a hard reset. That's like rebuilding your team in place. And you have to be right about everything you replace it with.
I actually like the soft rebuild talk a little bit better, because I honestly think this fan base at the moment, currently right now, might think it's a joke with Skylar Thompson, but I feel like he's the cap saving guy that if he turns it up a notch, just a tad bit, he just needs, just because if Skylar gets a tad bit better, he's already better than Tua. So it's just gonna make the roster. So he could be the salary cap save that makes the hard reset become actually like a safe small reset, where it's just continue the build. Because okay, Mark, I'm gonna give you an example. In my opinion, I
want to finish my question. How does that work? Because assuming that Skylar Thompson does exceed where Tua is, how do you move the $23,175,000 off your roster next year? It's not a cap saving move until 2025, because nobody's going to take him on a trade, and he's not going to retire. So you're still stuck with it.
Okay, but Mark,
you can't restructure the fifth-year option. You have to either extend him or trade him. Those are your choices, or you're stuck.
Or Tua will be making Skylar's money, because don't you have about the same number of years left of control on Skylar that you do Tua, based on draft position and all that?
No, Skylar's got 4 years. Tua's got 1 year. He's got
so you got more years for Skylar. So that's what I'm saying.
Correct.
So that's what I'm saying. If they kept Tua on and just played the optics game, then basically Tua would be making Skylar's money.
No, Tua would not be making. Well, Skylar would be your starting quarterback.
If you didn't get it off the books, then Tua would be making Skylar's money.
Correct.
Nobody's arguing when I came back. That's great. Hey, real quick, guys. I don't want to interrupt, but I'm going to interrupt because I just got off the phone with Tail Greeter. And I got some big news for my listeners. Are y'all ready? Are y'all excited? Do y'all want to hear it?
You go, Steven.
All right, I'm just waiting for Pat to call me from Tail Greeter. He wants
right now is when you need to hit a commercial break.
I know, right? All right. After the break. Yeah, actually, I'm waiting for Pat to get on from Tail Greeter.
Well, then quickly, let me get my boring golf take out real quick. The reason I was talking about antitrust is because I'm not like an expert or anything. I follow a little bit of the social stuff and politics stuff a little bit. But really what struck me right off the bat is PGA is like the only sanctioning golf entity. And then the only one that's competing with them gets gobbled up by them. I mean, how's that not blatant monopoly? I mean, when we talk about, let's say, the other sociological issues that come around the PGA and what they've been known for, how's antitrust violations supposed to help, let's say, diversity? I mean, come on, man.
Let me ask you, Color, do you think ultimately this is a move for PGA or a move for Live?
Well, whoever the bigger player is would be the one, I would say, that they would be questionable in antitrust violations.
Here's how I look at it from the outside looking in. PGA is the bigger entity. Live has the more money backing behind it. So the question is, what do you consider bigger, the financial or the size of?
How many players from PGA have gone over to Live? That'll answer your question.
I don't know. Noob would know. Noob, how many people have switched over? He says because Live didn't have to merge. They didn't have a viable business. They didn't have a viable business model. Then why did PGA Tour do it? Because if from what you're saying, Noob, it sounds like what you're saying is the PGA could have just sat with its arms folded and said, all right, we don't need to do nothing. You guys are going to crash and burn on your own. Right? Like that's what Noob is saying. That's what I hear you saying. But everything that I'm reading is every other week they're offering more money to new people. So, I don't know what else to say other than that.
That's kind of an odd situation, because if they are doomed to fail, then you would still kind of be in the same jeopardy as far as antitrust. So it almost really doesn't matter at that point. And to be fair to the people that are like, oh, it has nothing to do with antitrust. Let's say people would argue with me, and I agree. I mean, there's people out there that would say, oh, color's way off. It has nothing to do with antitrust. And that may be true. But remember, even if it was, it's not like anybody cares. The NFL has been violating antitrust laws for
years.
Since they merged with the AFL,
Exactly. You're not wrong about that. It's definitely been like that. I mean, for years. Where are you?
Didn't Phil Nicholson go to live, or was he still in PGA?
No, he went to live. He went to live, and that was
He
crazy.
didn't turn down $100 million.
Says all these PGA guys who turned down $100 million for no reason. Yes, Adam Sadowski, I just saw that you booked your ticket for Thursday night. Shout out to Adam, my guy. Let's go. I just got the email. My guy. He says you turned down millions, and 3 months later they merge. Oh yeah, I know, right? Think about that. That is crazy now that I think about it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, if I turned down $100 million on a 3-year deal, and now I wonder what happens with their contracts. Noob says everything being reported right now is Liv making concessions to the PGA. Liv was never about actually making a viable tour. It was about sports washing by the Saudi government. I don't want to get political on my show. Here's what I think, and trying to keep it as sports related as possible without being political. I believe that their motive was to never make these guys the highest paid people. It was to
I don't know, man. I kind of agree with Noob, because if you're getting PGA, which is a well-recognized sport for bringing in a lot of money, and you convert that into a different type of currency overseas, you know what I mean?
Look, I guess everything's on the table. I don't like talking about politics on the show, but it's weird when sports and politics kind of collide, and maybe this is interesting. Yes, Marino's GOAT. Breaking news: Connor Williams did not show up on the first day of mandatory minicamp. He was not excused per Mike McDaniel, but McDaniel doesn't seem overly concerned about it.
That's why I came Marino's GOAT. Exactly what I came to complain
me
about.
And Big O got into a big argument, and he was telling me that he had a 4-year deal, and I was telling him, no, bro. From what I hear from you guys, he has a 2-year deal.
All right, hey guys, let me pause this for a second. Everybody go on mute, because I got Tail Greeter here, and this is a big announcement for my listeners that are watching the show right now. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna you guys will stay on because you guys are part of the show. Just go on mute. I'm gonna bring on from Tail Greeter, who helped put this whole thing together. Ladies and gentlemen, Pat Graycheck. What up, Pat?
Hey, Steven, how are you?
How are you, man? What's going on?
Can you hear me?
It's not like we haven't talked to each
okay?
other 20 times over the last 24 hours.
Yeah, a day when I get to talk to you 7 to 8 times is really my favorite day. So,
all right. For those of you who don't know, Pat, explain, how you work with Tail Greeter and kind of what you do with Tail Greeter.
So most of what I do is the technology part. So when that fails, Steven calls me panically, and I try and fix it for him.
That's pretty much what happens.
Other than that, I was our first employee. So as we keep growing, it's fun to see both our relationships blossom and the ability to do cool stuff like this giveaway.
Yeah, most definitely. One of the big things for me that I've gotten to see recently is just the opportunity to kind of put these things together. So in the last 48 hours, you kind of reached out to me and you were like, hey, the Heat and the Panthers are in the championship. Maybe we should do something.
Yeah, I'm real smart like that. But I don't think there's ever going to be, well, I'm sure this will happen again and maybe in the next 50 years, but this is the time to be in Miami. So why don't we have the Miami sports host down there with the people giving away some tickets? But
giving away some tickets. Yeah. So, so over the last 24 hours, we, along with Lime, Less is More events, along with Veza kind of, and then Solo D and DJ Tropic and all these other people, it's been absolutely amazing. But you guys just called me, Nick, the owner of Tail Greeter, and yourself, and you guys want to do something for our listeners that are watching right now.
Yeah, so Nick was basically like, why am I not allowed to join this contest? Like, I want to fly down and go to these games. And he has a point. We're going to do it. We're going to give away the finals ticket for Friday on Wednesday, and the other one on Thursday for Saturday. So that's enough time to jump on a flight from anywhere. And as someone who went to a Bulls final, 25 NBA final game 25 years ago, no more. You don't want to miss these chances. So we want to open it up to everyone worldwide. You're a Heat fan, you're a Panthers fan. Join. I'll figure out the technology portion.
You're going to get a digital ticket. You're going to get a digital raffle ticket. So you'll go to Tail Greeter. So right now I'm putting in the chat the link to the Miami Heat Denver Nuggets thing, and you guys can go there. You can buy your $10 raffle ticket donation, whatever it's called. RSVP donation is what we're calling it. And you can do that there. I think you can buy on our thing, you can buy 1, 6, or 13. And we have them in order there. And the drop down will have that there. And then however many you buy, you will get a digital raffle ticket assigned to you. When we are there at the event, we are going to go live at the end of the third quarter, and we are going to do the raffle digitally, you and I live over the screen. And so anybody can win it. And if you win, you just got to get yourself down to South Florida, and you'll have a pair of tickets to either the NBA Finals on Wednesday or on Friday night, or the NHL Finals on Saturday, depending on which one you enter, if you enter both or anything like that. So we're going to do everything electronically, all through digital tickets. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be good. And Tail Greeter and Lime, you two are the biggest reasons that we're able to do this event. So thank you to both of you, man.
Yeah, Kenny really came through for us. So all we're doing here is putting together great people, and we're going to have a fantastic event. Plus, hopefully, some great games.
Some great games. I agree, man. Pat, man, I appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and set all this up.
All right.
As the things start coming in, we're going to start assigning. They will get their. We'll figure out a way for them to get their digital tickets sometime tomorrow. In the afternoon, by tomorrow in the afternoon, to get their digital tickets, their digital raffle tickets, and we'll go from there, right?
Absolutely. Yep. It'll be great.
All right, man. Pat, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much for coming on, man. Be good.
All right, we'll do. Talk to you later. Bye.
See you later. Bye. That was Pat Greatcheck of Tail Greeter, and now he's opened it up to everybody. So get your tickets, man. We want to hear from you. We want you to come. I would love to see you at these events, man. And if you win, you get to go to a game with me and Solo. I think that's a win on its own. It's a win on its own merit.
Question for you, Stephen D.
Yes.
For those of us that want to go through the exercise, let's say there's people out there that may be like me that want to go through the exercise of getting into the raffle in order to at least be able to donate the $10, right?
Yep.
And let's say if some odd reason my luck changes and I win the ticket, am I able to gift that to somebody else or that may enjoy it more?
Yep. Whoever wins can give the tickets to whoever they want to. It's their tickets. If you want to give it to Santa Claus, you can give it to Santa Claus color. Sure can. Sure can. So if you just want to buy tickets for the sake of donating to the channel and donating to the event and helping this thing grow, because that would help, please do that. And if you win and you want to gift your tickets to somebody else, hey, we can. I mean, I'm sure those people would be grateful for it, and that would be absolutely amazing. That's a great question, Color.
Hey, Color, I appreciate you gifting your tickets to me, Color. I appreciate that.
Come on, Crypto. You beat me to the punch.
Look, I'm not into hockey or basketball as much as a lot of people here are. And I would only hope that if somebody out there won some Dolphin tickets to the Super Bowl and they really didn't care about football, I would hope they'd give it to somebody. You know what I mean? So I'd be the kind of guy that would do that if I can drum up $10 to get in on it.
Well, Color, that would be great if you want to help, or anybody for that matter wants to donate to this event to help this thing. Let me tell you, a big portion of us being able to. So part of what Pat didn't tell you is we talked about it. As long as this event is a success, sorry, hold on. Part of the event or part of the success that we're doing is, as long as it's a success, is we want to do this more for Miami Dolphin games this year. But this has to be a success, and part of that is selling these raffle tickets. And if you guys can help with that, that helps, because the reward for it down the line is going to be big, and we want to do big things to our listeners here for this upcoming football season. So it helps. It helps. All right, I interrupted you guys on Wildin' Out Tuesday. I'm sorry. What do you guys want to talk about? Connor Williams?
We want to talk about Leon Eichenberg.
Well, the floor is yours.
We want to talk about his return to Hall of Fame play. Steven?
What's up?
No, I'm glad you let us have the floor. Go ahead, Crypto. So I do got a lot of things because I haven't really had a lot of time to be on these panels with you guys lately.
I've been like growing a lot of like Italian herbs lately and stuff like that, and getting into growing plants. I never really was into it before, but one of the things I've picked up on really quickly is that no matter what the plant looks like, it has nothing to do with whether it's going to live or die. So I'm not like, when I talk about the Skyler scenario, we're talking about a big if here. You know what I mean? Maybe it's not as a big if for a guy like Pete that it is for me, but I still consider it a big if. I still think we're going to be okay with Tua. Like, I just have this feeling that it's like one of these plants I've been watching that's like, man, this thing looks like it's a stick in the ground. And then like a week later, there's a couple leaves. You know what I mean?
Funny.
And it's like, wow.
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
That's funny you go there, Color, because
plant
honestly,
because there's a bunch of weeds around it.
It's funny you go there because I do feel the same like that, Color. I do. That's what it makes me at ease moving into this season where I'm not going crazy like I did. If you go back to Pete last year entering the season, everybody would tell you Pete wanted every quarterback. Justin Fields, draft Justin Fields, do this. But after seeing Skyler in preseason, seeing how he was like everything about Skyler, I'm at ease with our organization moving forward with Tua as QB1. Now, do I have confidence that QB1 is going to do big things and win us anything? No, but I do have.
Me neither. I'm just saying I'm starting to see the leaves grow off the stick, you know, and it's like.
But it might be a wild thought.
Maybe it'll be okay.
But I honestly feel like Greer and McDaniel know that they're in safe hands with Skylar Thompson. They're going to do whatever it takes.
Think about when you gash your skin open, right? Somewhere, like let's say you gash your arm open, right? And you think, you know, a couple days, it's all looks, you know, and you're trying to clean it and you're hoping it don't get infected and you're on edge for a couple days. And then you wake up one morning and it's like, oh, this thing's going to be fine. You know what I mean? I don't know. I have a feeling, bro. I just have a feeling. It's sparking.
I just got a feeling.
I got a point of the off season where enough is said already about the quarterback. It's time to roll, and I just don't feel bad about it.
I don't. My feelings sticks the same color. That's why sometimes I question a lot of these fans that come up on these panels. Like in December and January, they were, you know, stabbing at everybody's throat over this guy, and now they're so at ease over this guy. So I don't get it. I don't get it how people flip with no new script or no new film that you have. There's no games. So again,
because of progression, because of the prevailing thought in my mind that every human being can get better as time goes by.
No, I mean, everybody can sit here and think they could take the Thor's sledgehammer out of the floor, right? Even if you got big muscles, it takes a power to do that.
Wait, how did Excalibur turn into Thor's hammer coming out of a floor?
I'm just saying, you could.
Guys, I just have to wonder. You haven't made any type of substantive improvement to the offensive line. You know you've got a left tackle who's going to miss about 6 or 7 games a year. And on top of it, where's this greatness everybody's seeing? Here's what I saw in Tua, and please don't cut me off. Let me just finish my thought. The first game against New England, blah. Second game against Buffalo, or the second game against Baltimore, great fourth quarter. Third game against Buffalo, blah. Cincinnati, blah, before the injury. Comes back after the injury. Comes back.
I don't mean to cut you off, Mark.
No,
But
don't
you're
cut me
doing
off.
it again.
Let me just.
You're
How
doing
about
it
if I
again,
just?
bro.
How about if I finish, color, before you interrupt me?
All right,
Be
go ahead.
polite and courteous.
Go ahead,
Like
man.
I
I'm
am to
being
other
polite
people.
and courteous.
Okay,
Be
thank
polite
you.
and courteous on the
Now,
Buffalo
onwards
Bills
and onwards and
platform.
onwards and forwards here.
Oh
The
my God.
Pittsburgh game, poor, was a poor game. Then he had the 3 great games against the 32nd, 31st, and 29th ranked defense. Got pulled against Houston because Armstead got hurt and he was being sacked every other play. Then he comes back in December, terrible against San Francisco, terrible against the Chargers, mediocre against Buffalo, 17 for 29 for 234 is not great. And then, of course, he was great for a half against Green Bay and then tripped over his feet and got a concussion by hitting his head on a blade of grass. Please tell me where this great, amazing Tua is.
See, there you
Mark,
go. You're doing it again.
Let me answer.
You're doing
that
it
for you,
again,
Mark.
bro. You're putting words into my mouth.
Let me answer.
I don't recall using the word
The team
greatness.
is great.
Color, let me answer this question for him real quick because he
Thank you,
just lied
Go
and
ahead.
said we went up against the 32nd, 31st, and the 29th worst defense and all of that stuff. The Bears were a top 10 pass defense.
Mark,
The Browns was a top 5
20
pass
minutes.
defense.
The Bears,
Get 'em out of
when
there.
we played the Bears, they were
No.
1
now
week.
I'm interrupting you,
They
Mark.
were
No,
top
they
10
were
Rashad.
2-7. Their record.
Rashad, when
Their
we played the Bears,
record was bad.
they had
Their
just
pass
got rid
defense
of
was good.
Roquan Smith and Robert Quinn 1 week after losing those guys. You don't
And-
think
and
they're
do
going to
you
take
know
a step back?
Do you know who they
Yeah, that
inserted?
was after
Yeah,
Roquan Smith
but
left.
answer that
But do
question,
you
Rashad. I
know
don't want to
who
hear
they
any
insert?
excuses. You're telling
Of
me
course they're going to take a
statistically
step.
the Bears coming into
Of
that game were ranked
course
what?
they're going to take
Okay, then
their
that's
pass
it. That's
defense
why
top
Tua was
10.
able to do
What are you
what Tua
talking
was
about?
able to do that game. They lost the
Did they
middle
lose?
linebacker, the
Did they lose
highest
their
paid middle
corners?
linebacker at that. The
Wasn't
highest paid middle linebacker, the play
wasn't
caller of
highest
the
paid. Wasn't paid
defense.
at all.
I
Wasn't paid
hear
at
that.
all.
Yeah, you guys could sit here and
you
forget things,
and you
and
don't
give your little
know
nice
and
little
you
takes
don't
because you're
know
worried
who they
about what this fan
inserted.
base might say. Oh, Pete, you're not a
Pete, did I cut
you're
you
not a
off?
Dolphin fan.
Pete, did I
Go
cut
ahead,
you off?
Rashad. I'm just making sure
Okay.
Pete points are heard about your Bears
Because
take.
here
Because you're giving
we
stats
go.
and you're not giving out valuable takes on it.
I'm giving stats, but you don't even know who they inserted in that linebacker. Someone who picked up right where Roquan picked off. A rookie. Or where Roquan left off. Yeah. A rookie. I forget his name, but I think he was a 6th-round pick. And he did amazing. He was the best linebacker after Roquan left. Anyway, the corners was still there. That was still ranked in the top 20 at cornerback. Those two. And then we played the Cleveland Browns. That was a top
bad
5 pass
defensive job.
You
defense.
saying top 20, like top 20 is good.
The
Cornerbacks?
Lions were horrible because the Lions
did I
had
say
given
Lions?
up 48 points. The Lions given up 48 points to Geno Smith.
The Lions were the worst defense in the league. I didn't say Lions, did I? I said Bears and Browns. I said Bears and Browns. I mentioned pass
Well, the
defense.
Browns
I didn't
had
say
a
all
good
around
defensive
defense.
front four, but
They had a good
defense overall
pass
was bad.
defense. Their pass defense was their best part of the defense. It wasn't even a pass
Who are we
rush. It
talking
wasn't
about?
even a run defense.
Are you talking about who? Who had the
You
best?
talking about the Browns or
Yeah.
Houston?
The Browns.
Oh,
The
okay,
Browns.
okay.
Oh, the
Okay.
Browns.
I just
Houston
I didn't hear which
was
team you were
not on the
talking
top
about.
of the league. Yeah, the Browns were pass defense was better than the run, better than the Lions.
And we just saying stuff. And where we seen the progression
not.
was from Tua's first 2 years versus this year when he was in the game. You can say blah all you want, but that blah was better than what we got the first 2 years. Versus the Patriots, we could have lost that game his first 2 years because
Pete. It's really about Pete.
That Patriot game, he didn't lose in that first 2 years. He was still undefeated against them, so he didn't lose.
It's really about
I was saying,
I'm curious
so he had
to
the
see
same performance against the Patriots that he did the previous 2 years.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
I'm curious to see just how intelligent Mike McDaniel is and just how bounce back resilient he is. Because what I'm trying to say is we went 9-8 this year. We went 9-8 in Flores's last year. Okay.
Right.
Things developed very similarly, except just like I had predicted, we started off strong instead of starting off on our face and finished, on our face instead of finishing strong. Right. So either case, ultimately the same sort of thing happened. And I think McDaniel, despite being able to look at 100 billion plays, like he said before the season last year, still needed to say, okay, let's ride with what Tua has been used to, what we've been doing. We got Tyreek Hill and Waddle as a safety valve on the long bomb, which we saw a lot last year, okay, and kind of kept us in the season, you know, and so I'm curious to see, okay, now that McDaniel has had his hands on it, he's now got another offseason to say, nope, that's worthless. Nope, that's worthless. How about I do this, and that? You know what I mean? And we'll see what happens.
I don't think he's a smart coach at all, honestly, but I think he's as much as, you know, it might sound crazy out of me, as much as I like Skyler, that's because, again, that's what we have currently on the roster. That's who I feel like I like. Right, Color? You know, let's get past that. But to me, in my opinion, the fact that he's putting too much onto his career into Tua's hands, I don't feel like making that decision there alone. Like going from Teddy to Mike White, that was a downgrade at backup quarterback. This is an injury-prone quarterback. Look what the 49ers did, Color. They went out and got an ex-first-round draft pick, Sam Darnold. You know, make sure they get stability at backup. Trey Lance is their backup.
Yeah, a guy that based on your standards, a guy, because I told you from the beginning months ago when you first mentioned Sam Darnold's name that I wasn't going to jump off the cliff with you on him. Okay, and so you're talking about a guy that when you point out certain deficiencies of Tua's when it comes to, you know, reading defenses and first read this and first read that, but yet Sam Darnold can literally tell the public that he's seeing ghosts.
Yeah, but
and that don't bother
they're not
you?
treating, not at all, especially not the way that, you know, they gave him an offense and they trusted him to run a full playbook. They never handcuffed Sam Darnold in New York. They never actually took in him as a project or a test. You know, projects aren't supposed to be drafted top 5. You're not supposed to be handcuffed.
So then what happened in Carolina, bro? Were they just using him too?
Where is Sam Darnold right now?
It was a bad coaching staff.
You're talking about an
terrible,
ex-first-round pick who does not have a team. That's really not his position. That position is right there until they get rid of Trey Lance. So in reality, he's the third-string quarterback. You're talking about as a backup. Right now, he's the third string, and the starter's not even playing, and he's the third string.
Bro, I wouldn't want Sam Darnold anywhere near the 305.
You guys are picturing Sam Darnold in their situation. That's like trying to look. Check this out. I'm gonna give you the perfect. Hold on, Crypto. I'm gonna check this out. That's like trying to tell another fan base, hey, here's Tua. They're never gonna say, hey, But Dolphin fans, they will be like, yeah, because the first year he had a bad hip, he was recovering. You can't sell Tua to another fan base. Just like it's hard to sell Sam Darnold to another fan base. You can look at it now.
Sam Darnold.
But I know for a fact that Sam Darnold in this situation in Miami, he's better than Mike White. Trust and believe me. He's a way better.
I mean, if you're talking about Mike White, I don't have enough sample size to see, bro.
You're comparing him to
I haven't looked at Mike White's play enough to know.
Because I'm talking about the quarterback room in totality, Color. This is where I started and I sat here and said the reason why I don't know.
I'd sooner bring Teddy Bridgewater back than get Sam Darnold, man.
All we know is
not me. You're out of your mind.
All we know is Sam Darnold sucks. I might be okay with
more than Sam Darnold, but at the end of the day, that would have been a better situation. That would have been a better competitive edge to put in the quarterback room when it's Sam Darnold, Skyler, and
Josh
Tua.
Rosen than Sam Darnold. That's how I feel about Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I mean, that's you guys. At the end of the day, you got Tua-neers. I expect that answer from a Tua-neer that doesn't want competition at the quarterback position. I get it. That's what you guys don't want is competition.
Competition for who?
I'll take Trey Lance.
You talking to me?
I'll take Trey Lance. No, I'm talking about.
Are you talking about Tua's worst year is better than Sam?
He talking about Josh Rosen.
You and me are different, Pete.
Competition.
I want competition that can beat Tua. I don't want.
Yeah, what the fuck are you? Sorry, what are you talking about?
I'm telling you that.
What are you talking about?
Again, I don't know if you guys understand. Tua has been handcuffed. Sam Darnold was never handcuffed. He was thrusted into the fire. He was thrown out there. Hey, go out there, and this is our playbook in New York. This is what we have. It's a full playbook. Run that and make our coaching staff look better than we are. That's what they did with Sam Darnold in New York. They didn't do that with here in Miami.
I mean, I know I've said that Donald Duncan went with our offense, but I was being hyperbolic.
I'm not interested.
You know how many ghosts?
I'm not interested in arguing with Pete about Tua this morning. I just want to say extend Wilkins right now because Connor Williams ain't got his contract, and he said fuck minicamp, and Christian Wilkins ass showed up. We need that motherfucker extend him.
Exactly. I agree with that 100%. He's in office.
What's the chance of that happening, Andreas?
He's at work.
I don't know the chances of it happening. All I know is he's still showing up to work, even though he ain't got his contract. Connor Williams said, "Y'all can go to hell till I get my contract."
Pay that man.
The organization is run by a bad general manager that doesn't see the.
Connor Williams is not at minicamp right now.
Connor Williams is holding out. Did Zyler show up? If Zyler didn't show up,
I think Zyler's there. I haven't heard. I haven't heard about them saying Zyler's not there, so I'm assuming he is there. But they have noted Connor Williams is not showing up.
If Zyler's not there,
and Mike McDaniel has already said it's not an excused absence, so you know it's a contract dispute.
What if Teron Armstead decides to sit out and ask for more money today?
Oh, he can go.
That motherfucker got his contract. He can go.
He can pay to play half a season anyway. Get out of here. I don't care. Bye. You can sit.
I mean, I do care, but it would be very audacious for him to
Rashad, who would you feel? Okay, let's say that scenario. I don't think is going to happen, and I don't think anybody on this panel thinks it's going to happen. But who would be the next guy up that makes you feel so comfortable, Rashad, that'll make you say, "I don't care"? So fast. You actually said that really fast.
It's not about me being comfortable. It's the amount of money that you're getting paid to play half a season. I don't care about that. If we were paying Tua $45 million, I would say get rid of Tua because he only plays half a season. It's the same thing. If you're not here and you're getting paid, I don't want you. You got the nerve to hold out? Bye.
This is why you don't get Dalvin Cook, bro. And I agree with Dre. I think Flores put his hand inside somebody's ear and told him, "Hey, not to Miami."
Oh, wow, Cap, say that again. We got a bad rap around the league, man. Think about it, guys. Wake up. We're overpaying everything that comes here, but we're that team. We're that Super Bowl contender according to the fan base. But everybody here is getting overpaid.
That's actually a good rap. That's
I just don't understand how you can put the offense together. How you can put the offense together and be a leader without the center.
Bradley Chubb is the only person we can honestly say we overpaid to come here.
Who else? A quarterback. Cam Smith. Name
First of all, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone.
Hello, Von Joe.
BJ. What's up, Von Joe?
Where's Steven D?
Von Joe. My blood oxygen is 100% today.
He's
100%.
He took a timeout with the Buffalo Bill fan.
Will take you out of the pressure.
Steven D needs to come up here and control his show because we literally had 10 minutes of talking about Sam Darnold as a competition for Tua.
Yeah, I had to come in here and shut that down and talk about actual Dolphins issues.
Andre Vias, thank you, sir. You are a scholar and a gentleman, and nobody could tell you
time these guys out.
Because, man, you shut up. You said enough for today. Jeez.
Somebody time these guys out.
I can't believe. And so Connor Williams is not in camp. Our center.
No permission slip either.
Whew, all right. And Wilkins is still not.
Notice though, Pete, I just said my piece and let you have your time. But everybody else got really mad about what you said. I don't know why I don't get mad about what you say.
Nobody has time for retardation early in the morning.
Color.
I just don't know why. It's the one thing that doesn't grate on me for some reason. I don't know why it grates on everybody.
You know why they get mad? Think about it. Let's dig deep here with a nice new shovel, right?
You and thinking
they were
the
same ones that are mad were the same ones calling me dumb.
But Von Joe, I just sat here and told him why he was wrong about Sam Darnold, bro. It just didn't bother me that he don't agree.
Garbage.
But
he's gonna get cut. He's a camp body. And all we've heard this whole time that Skyler's better from all the reporters.
Respect.
So they're starting to look
I just said it once. I'm not going to argue with him all day about it, but I gave him the respect to tell him why I thought he was wrong.
Yeah, but this is not the first time we've had this conversation.
Actually, respectfully, I am going to tell you that.
What happened? I missed it all.
I've never actually told Pete what I thought about his Sam Darnold take. It just happened to happen today.
Okay, fair enough. Because again, we've had this conversation multiple times, and it all ended up with the same. You're retarded.
And you guys been so smart for the last 3 years, I guess, huh? Yep. Tuanier's been so smart. They've been
that's
right.
the thing. You can't
right
see,
about
that's
what?
Hate for Tua. That's your hate for Tua.
Right about what?
Your hate. Hold on, Rashad.
I was talking about Connor Williams.
Rashad, hold on. Again, your hate for Tua. I didn't
Mike
mention
White,
Tua.
8 million.
Your hate for Tua.
My hate about Tua.
is,
Tua sucks, bro. He let you down in December. Where were you?
And Sam fucking Darnold is trash.
About Sam Darnold. He was trash in New York, Carolina, and he might be trash in 49ers, but we're not talking about how he could possibly be good in Miami with Tyreek Hill and Penguin. The Cheetah and the Penguin?
They gave him a full playbook, and he failed at that full playbook. Maybe they should have handcuffed him. You know what? They should have hog-tied him and threw him in the trash can that he came from.
Oh, these guys are paid millions, bro. They got to hold their own. Millions. They got to hold their own. Franchises like our own team
we handcuffed.
does
They
that.
handcuff Sam Darnold. They should have handcuffed him. They should have hog-tied him. And I don't even know how to hog-tie.
You could learn. I would pay money to see you learn how to do that, though.
Nah, I don't even know how to hog-tie anybody.
You got a lasso first, bro.
You got a lasso, and then
Hey, Color, these guys get so upset.
You got to lift up the cow, and then you got to slam.
But hold on, and at the end of the day. Listen, I don't want to hear. I don't want to.
Rodeo.
And by the way, Steven, I don't want to hear nobody saying that. Oh, Connor Williams not being in camp is okay. It is not okay.
It is not okay.
It's not okay.
Not get
First
rid
signed
of
with the team, he was there.
Pay Christian
Now
Wilkins
it
first.
just shows,
Exactly,
the
bro. I
Senators
got so
not
much
gonna waste his
pushback last
time.
week about Connor Williams,
The Senators
Wilkins,
not
and
gonna
Silent,
waste
bro.
his time. Senators
And
not
that's
gonna
the
waste
thing.
his time. He don't believe in Tua. He's like, if y'all want me to show up and
you're
do that
bringing
all
it back
over
to
again.
Tua. Stop.
It's all about the quarterback.
It's all about Johnson out your mouth for once. All right, stop deep throating him. He doesn't
If you
want
don't
it.
know that, that's your problem with your peanut brain,
Can
bro.
somebody in the
That's
chat
up to you.
land do a
No,
solid
and
favor?
yes, I have a peanut brain, but you have a penis mouth. Okay, full
Okay,
of
but at
Tua.
the end of the day, I don't
Hey,
sucker up
so
and make up
somebody
lies
please
for
try to explain to me.
to get some
Somebody
likes.
please try to
I don't
explain to
mean
me
like
how you're
speak
gonna
the
cram
truth.
13 million between three guys.
I speak the truth.
You do, okay? See, that's the thing, Cap. Extending Wilkins actually frees up $10 million. Extending Connor Williams actually frees up money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's all about extensions right now, right? It's about reconstruction contracts.
Yeah, if you extend Wilkins right now, if you work out this contract, this year you could extend him and you free up $10 million in cap space instantly.
So right now we got no capital.
How much next year? And he costs you how much next year, and then the following year?
I don't know how much he.
We got to get creative.
I don't know what his contract is going to be.
You know how much it opens up next year.
Nobody knows
Lord,
because they don't have a contract.
What are the chances of all three of them coming back?
It's literally talking to a retarded turtle.
What are the chances of all three of them coming back?
Yeah, that's how they respond when they don't have
Joe, you're messing with my spirit animal now, bro.
No, because the thing is, I just told him that, hey, we don't know how much it's going to cost next year because we don't know what his contract is going to be.
Man, care about your Golden Knights.
If you extend Connor Williams, it frees up cap space this year, but you don't know what is going to impact you next year because you don't know what the contract
cares.
is going
You
to
don't
be.
know either.
Shoot out a
You
turtle.
don't know either. So why are you talking? You don't know either.
That's what. OMG.
At the end of the day, you don't know. You're talking about something you don't even know.
This is why. See, this is why you don't have.
He knows about as much about Christian Wilkins' potential contract as you know about Sam Darnold succeeding in whatever fucking system you play.
Rashad, this is why you don't talk to some people.
There is only two quarterbacks I would take Sam Darnold over.
But here's the thing. All of you guys that know so much. Hey, all of you guys that know so much football. Why don't y'all play me this year for money in fantasy? 1v1. All of y'all that know so much, don't say I don't bet. Y'all know so much. Why don't y'all make money off of it?
See what happens. I might take you up on that, beat. I might take you up on that, beat.
This time,
I'm gonna start challenging all of you guys for money.
Everybody wants
$100
buy-in, bro.
You don't pay up on your bets.
I'm not betting with you on
anybody,
nothing but Tua numbers.
why
I'm
would
not betting with
anybody
you on
bet
nothing
you
but Tua
anything?
numbers.
$200
Tua numbers is the only
Hey,
thing I will bet with you
hey,
on.
just like Steven Ross, I'm about to get rich off of you.
Don't you owe Batman a jersey?
Just like Steven Ross, I'm gonna get rich off of you two in here.
Don't you
You better
owe
believe
Batman
it.
a
How many
jersey?
touchdowns? How many touchdowns Tua gonna have this year?
I don't want to hear any of that, man. Y'all talk
How many
football.
touchdowns
I
is
already
Tua
told
gonna
y'all what
pass
it
this
is.
year?
Since y'all know so much,
You make some money. You know so much about how much Tua
Don't
sucks.
you
I'm
owe
giving you an
Batman
opportunity
a
to make
jersey?
some money.
I'm confused
Hey,
right now.
he knows it frees
He
up
running
10
now.
million, but
He
the guy
running.
doesn't know nothing.
He running
Football
now.
doesn't
Don't
matter.
this man?
But they
Don't
act
this
like
man
they're
owe
so
money?
smart.
I
A whole
literally just
bunch of takes that they
just
could just
offered
spew
him something.
clowning around.
Listen,
Don't
of
you
course
owe
he's gonna run
Batman a
10 million.
jersey?
Tell
You
me
guys
what
are
Tua
trolls,
numbers
bro.
gonna look like this year and bet on it.
Tua's not gonna finish the season.
Yo, you
Tell
get
me
That's
what
a
his
bet I
numbers
got.
gonna
Batman,
look
bro.
like this year and
That's
bet
a
on
bet
it.
I got. I bet Skylar Thompson plays
So
for
you
Tua
gonna
can't
you
finish
gonna
the
you
season.
gonna okay.
I bet that.
You
I
just
bet Skylar Thompson plays or Mike White plays because Tua ain't gonna
I'm
finish the
glad you
season.
threw Mike White name in there because
Yeah.
Skylar trash.
I don't care about any of that.
Dog
I don't
garbage.
care
I
about
know you
any
don't
of that.
care.
It's still
You just
I
read
know you
it.
don't care about Skylar. Oh man,
the
who took
Chargers.
I don't
They
care
get
about
a
who
Skyler.
took your
I don't
heart?
care about. I don't care
Who
about. I
took
don't care
your
about
heart,
Mike White.
Pete?
I don't care about none of that. I don't care none of that. I
any
just
of that.
care that. I just here to say
Any
that
of
Tua
that.
sucks.
Hey,
Island
All
out
right.
Tuesday.
Okay. I just care.
Nobody
who
cares
made you
about any of
unfan?
that.
Who made you
I just
unfan your
care.
favorite player?
I don't
I
Good
just care.
understand what's
Lord,
going
that's
on
just
right now.
care.
terrible.
I don't
What's going on
understand.
right, Cap for Life? What's going on
Y'all
right
hear,
now
right?
is that
It's all
Tua
talk, no
Tua
game. It's
hurt.
all
What's
Tua
talk
going
for this
hurt
on
guy,
is
no
so
Pete
game.
don't
bad.
pay up on his bets. That's what's
I don't
going
know
on.
if I didn't
Oh
know
yeah,
if,
you better
if Pete
believe
was
that.
hoping Tua will give him a reach around or something, but he is just
What?
butthurt.
What?
There
That's
are
what he
only
is. He is just
Hey,
butthurt
y'all
about
got
Tua.
new
Pete.
film? Y'all got new film past December that made you guys flip on Tua all over again?
Do you
Big
have
fans
new
There are
here?
film
only
for Skylar? I'll
Pete.
wait.
There are only two quarterbacks that I would take Sam Darnold over: Mike
Who's
Glennon
that?
and Drew Lock.
Skylar Thompson.
Mike Glennon and Drew Lock.
Rashad says
Mike
Skylar
Glennon.
Thompson.
Mike Glennon. Wow.
I actually like Drew Lock. I'll bring him over here too over Tua.
I
Drew
will
Lock.
take Mike
Drew
Glennon
Lock.
over.
would like
Really,
Drew Lock.
bro.
Was this necrophilia hour?
I'll
We're
take
talking
Drew
about
Lock over
dead
Tua.
NFL careers and shit again.
Well,
That's exactly what it is.
Like, come
Hey,
on, man, let go of that
I
listen,
have
stuff
the
already.
advantage over you on
His
that,
career
Pete.
is
listen,
done.
I was in
I know.
Missouri when he went to
I'm about
college.
to
Somebody
tell
get
y'all
Batman
something
up
that
here
is
so we can get some
Clowns,
of
man.
his jersey.
Ain't it?
That
I'm
is
about
what
to tell y'all.
it is.
One at a
Y'all
time.
never
One at
met
a
somebody
time.
so attracted to dead
one at a
NFL
time, guys.
quarterbacks, man.
It is
Listen,
it's
listen,
the power
listen,
of
listen.
necrophiliacs.
I just want y'all to know. I
Damn.
promise you I'm not making this up. I'm at work and I was about to send an email to a fellow coworker. Their email starts with the letter S. I just put in the letter S, and S Thompson 1 at my company name was the first thing that popped up. Skylar Thompson got himself a regular job. He got himself a regular job. He sucks that bad. He works at my company now.
I hate everything
Yo.
about
I promise you I'm not making this
Everybody in
up.
Miami
I
has two
promise
jobs.
you I'm
Preparing to
not
get
making
cut.
this up.
He's
You
preparing to
need to
get cut.
screenshot and
He's
blur out the
preparing to
name of the
get cut.
company, but
I
screenshot
just
a good portion of that and
God
post that and
damn.
say, I didn't know Skylar Thompson got a regular
Dang.
job working at
Damn.
my company.
He's got a part-time job at
At
AutoZone
least
to
he's smart.
catch up on the bills.
At
I
least he's
knew.
smart
I
enough to
knew.
get a backup
I
job.
knew.
Get it?
I saw Skylar at LA Fitness. I knew it. I knew it.
Skylar got a backup job.
I knew I saw him at LA Fitness, Rashad. I knew
I
it on
promised
Daily Talk about
myself
LA
I was
Fitness.
not going to let others' opinions bother me this week. I promised myself.
Man, you
They
better
don't
throw
pay
that out the
attention to
window.
those horrible
Woosah
takes.
color, woosah.
They when they go back and listen to themselves, they'll be like, man, I wish I was never like that.
Oh
What?
my goodness, y'all are too much.
No. No.
Well, hey, what is it? Serenity now, insanity later.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
usually go
so
with
Steven.
I usually go with Woosah just because it's
to change the things like
Steven.
Woosah is kind of 305. You know what I mean?
Steven, what's the chances of Wilkins getting signed today? It's the 6th now. It is June 6th.
Where is Dalvin Cook?
You know, so here's my thought about
Rashad, don't you start.
Look, my thought about Christian Wilkins changes a lot more now that Connor Williams is not there. And why is that? Because it makes me think that the Dolphins' prioritization is not on its current players. And that's, I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm just just telling you, I don't think their thought processes about who's currently on the roster. They have some free money. They know they need to address a couple of things. They tried to go get Dalvin. It didn't necessarily work. So do I think that Christian Wilkins is going to get an extension today? Hell no. No, I don't.
This fan base, everything you guys asked for has been wrong, and nothing happened this offseason.
What I will say is that once they address whatever free agent that they're going to bring in, because they're going to bring in another 1 or 2 free agents, somebody's going to get a restructure or an extension, whether that's Connor Williams, whether that's Christian Wilkins, whether that's Zach Seiler, or a combination of 2 or all 3. It has to happen because Connor's not sitting out for nothing. And
now, do you agree with that method?
And if Connor's disgruntled, you got to think maybe Christian Wilkins is too.
He's the only one that didn't show up to camp, though.
I get that. I understand that. So Connor's going about it in a way that I don't think he should, but nonetheless, he's disgruntled, right? So let's put that in perspective and say he's the only one that didn't show up. But what is the likelihood that he's the only one disgruntled about his contract?
And Connor Williams is not even a Flores guy.
So Seiler's
this is weird.
Is Rosenhaus, if I'm correct, right? So Rosenhaus has been on the news down in Florida basically saying, no, we're going to make it a priority to have Seiler's contract reworked. Well, how are you going to do that when Christian Wilkins needs to be reworked too? But so I'm not worried about who didn't or did not show up. I'm just worried about, I know right now, Chris Greer in the front office, they are not prioritizing the current players on their rosters contracts. They are prioritizing what else do we need to bring a championship in. You can be mad at it.
Yeah, but when you alienate a starter.
I get it. You can be mad at it. You can be upset with it. But I think there's pros and cons to both things. A pro is, hey, they're just worried about bringing in the next piece to win a championship. The con is you've pissed off some of your players. A pro is, hey, look, but by prioritizing the players is you've made peace with the players that are currently on your roster, but now you have less money to go get additional pieces to make your team better if you were to do that. So what's right and what's wrong? I don't know. And I'm not saying Chris Greer is going about it the right or wrong way. I'm just saying I know what way he's choosing to go based on Connor Williams not showing up. And I've seen no extension, nor have I seen any signings or trade in the last 6 days. Point blank.
Can I ask a question, Stephen D? Williams, we got Williams from Dallas last year, right?
Correct. Yes.
Right. And wasn't he the guy that was also in bad graces with them because he was not a guy willing to play ball?
So
for different reasons, but kind of the same kind of end result.
What I remember of the Connor Williams situation in Dallas, or what I remember hearing, was his off the field locker room presence wasn't as high in regard to other players on that team, which is why they were willing to let him walk. It wasn't necessarily they cared about the penalties that he was getting, although they were bad that last year, but they moved him to a new position, right? So you can say, all right, we just need to work on some things. I think there were other things that led to, we don't care if Connor Williams leaves us or not. I don't think they cared.
Well, whether it's not wanting to get along with people in the locker room, or whether it's this situation, not showing that you're willing to not play ball with the team is like, that's starting to become a personality trait, maybe.
Fool me. What is it? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I can't be fooled again. And that's kind of what you're seeing. If this is the right now, to be fair, let's be honest. All we know is that McDaniel's come out publicly and said Connor didn't show up to practice. He doesn't have an excused absence, but I'm not worried about it. That's all that was said. It could literally be a million things that come from that. But we are going to take it as he's disgruntled about his contract. We're going to read more into it than what it is, because that's what we do as fans, and that's what we do on June 6th when we have $13 million in cap space, right? And we already know that there's a couple.
Well, if his agent is smart, he'll negotiate the fine into his new contract.
I mean, that too, right? So I think we're going to make more of a big deal than what this really is. But I also think that some people are going to look at it as Chris Greer's not prioritizing the right things. But I think people need to hold back on that theory and say,
Well, not even that, Steven. If I ask you who's our backup center, what's your answer?
Liam Eichenberg.
This freaking Egyptian goose I got in my backyard.
Dan Feeney.
Dan Feeney currently is probably the backup in Miami right now at center.
He's probably the backup left guard and center. If either of them go down, he's coming in.
Oh, the mustache. Okay.
I mean,
Dan the man.
But that's all the more reason why I wanted who was the guard in the draft?
He's a smart guy, honestly, business-wise, because the first year Tua does good is the first year he plays with Connor Williams.
Yeah,
so
that's
he's
why
using his leverage to the most extreme. He's not going to make as much money ever as much as he actually is going to make now.
Everybody says that I'm a pro Greer guy and I'm a pro Tua, whatever. But we'll go with the Greer thing for a second. I'll give you my gripe with Greer. My gripe with Greer is if this is the offensive line you want to go with, fine. I'm not going to argue with you. But what you can't deny is that if any one of these guys goes down, who the hell is coming in behind them? With the exception of Isaiah Wynn filling in for Teron Armstead, which I can see, right?
I don't think so because I think he's going to be starting at left guard. But go ahead.
That could be the case. You're right about that. But let's say that is the case, right? Who's the backups here that if somebody goes down, they're going to fill in? And by the way, make a capable offensive line for whoever's in the backfield and keeping Tua in an upright position. So
Steven,
I'm gonna keep it G real with y'all.
Right.
Y'all are the most unrealistic fan base in any team. If your starters go down, the production's going to go down. I don't know why y'all expect all stars as backups.
That's exactly what I was going to say. But this is also what I wanted to add at the end of that. That you could say that about. This is what I was going to say. You could say that about almost every team in the NFL. But the thing is, it's a little bit bigger in our department because of our situation. Our quarterback is injury prone. We know what he's gone through. Plus, he's a pocket passer. He has no mobility. If we had a quarterback that was at least good enough as a second script, like he could work off the script a little bit, it won't be such a big problem. And if he wasn't such injury prone. So it's bigger than what it really is because of our quarterback being so injury prone.
Here's my, and I love you. You're my guy.
Yeah, when you tell somebody I love you, you're my guy. One, you're not their guy, and two, you don't love them. But go ahead.
God damn,
bro.
God damn.
Go ahead.
Your narrative of the quarterback is so misleading and so misinformed. It's hilarious because
it's amazing.
You want to bring everything back to A, Skyler, but B, to the point of it doesn't matter. We could have an all-pro offensive line, and it still wouldn't matter. That's what I'm hearing from you. That's what you're. That's
what I'm saying. No, because all I'm saying is it's such a bigger deal with the offensive lineman here with this fan base because in reality of the situation of the spotlight of the quarterback. So it's actually that's all it is. It's because he's injury prone, right? And
see, you're bringing it back up to the quarterback again. We are having a discussion about
the offensive line.
But
why
the offensive line
it back to the quarterback.
Because that has everything
Steve.
to do with the offensive line.
It has nothing to do with it. Okay. Zero.
Hey, let's be honest about this, Pete. Let's be honest for a second. When Tua got hurt, was it in part because the offensive line couldn't block more than what a normal offensive line should block as far as seconds wise in the NFL? No, he got hurt when people slammed him down violently. It wasn't that the offensive line wasn't blocking the way that they were supposed to block. It was the way he got hit. That's it.
Y'all better leave Pete alone. He gonna leave in a second.
That's nothing to do about the O-line.
Yeah. Okay. So again, if Connor Williams goes, if Connor Williams goes down, is the problem going to be the offensive line then?
By the way, time out. I just raised my hand, and my discussion was yes, our backups. I am worried about. I have already said that, but that doesn't matter if Tua's in the backfield or Skyler or Mike White. It's the offensive line.
Some court because the offensive line isn't as bad as this fan base makes it seem.
So according to you, Pete,
but it's big because Tua and his mobility.
According to you, Pete, you're saying that Skylar Thompson can overcome
Skylar Thompson. I never said his name. I'm using every quarterback in general that have some sort of mobility that can do things with the mobile because the offensive line is inept to protect in the pocket. Keep a quarterback. Look, let me ask you a question, Stephen. Is the Bears offensive line who allowed the most sacks last season? Do you feel confident in Tua surviving a full season with that offensive line?
What were the passing statistics for the?
I really don't feel confident in any quarterback being successful behind that offensive line.
Okay,
but
it's not. I'm confused.
But
what does the Bears offensive line have to do with ours?
Hold on.
They had a running quarterback.
Exactly. Our offensive line can be just that bad.
Can I answer your question?
Because our offensive line could be just that bad if Armstead or Williams is out, and you guys know it.
We've already had the two worst offensive lines in NFL history. What are you talking about?
Pete, here's my thing. We've already had semi-success with the offensive line. We have. Tua for 10 weeks, 8 to 10 weeks, was an MVP candidate in the NFL with the offensive line currently as constructed.
Not if you tell that to Batman.
Are you guys aware that this argument is all about that only Dolphin fans make it seem like the offensive line is the biggest problem here? That's all I'm saying is you guys make it seem like it's the biggest problem here.
No.
We're talking about all our
talk about the quarterback.
You just want to talk about Tua.
That's all you want to talk about.
And all I'm pointing out is the fact that it's only a big problem because Tua makes it a big problem.
No, it does not.
Oh, brother.
Here's the thing.
My honest opinion.
Hold on.
Let's even go.
The conversation was predicated of what about the backups? What about the offensive line? That's what the conversation was about. When you came into when you interjected, you brought up the quarterback for the umpteenth time. And my question to you, or my rebuttal to you, or my response to you was, because I know semantics here, as Color likes to say, so I don't know what the exact word to use, so I just used all of them, is at the end of the day, what about the quarterback has to do with the offensive line in the situation of the backups? Because it doesn't matter if Tua's back there, or it doesn't matter if Mike White or Skylar's back there.
Yeah, and that's his mobility.
We all question the validity of how well this offensive line is going to work if somebody
musical chairs.
Yeah, that was the first excuse when Mike White got in. It was, Teron Armstead isn't there. Oh, the offensive line is a problem. So why is it when Tua's behind this offensive line, we gotta worry? Every time we put a quarterback behind that offensive line, we complain about the offensive line.
If Skylar was the starting quarterback, would you feel better or worse about your offensive line, or the same? Better, worse,
more better.
I'm not gonna sit here and say, I'm gonna feel better because of his mobility. It's that simple.
And the left tackle. Look, you don't have to worry about a left-handed quarterback with a right tackle.
Back there.
You're worrying about a right-handed quarterback with a left tackle, which is more economical.
To me, that's
you have the brain of a newborn goldfish.
Y'all need to,
I swear.
As much as y'all can hate about his health, which is
Lord
fine,
have
I have
mercy.
no problem.
What do you mean, bro? If you're rolling out to your left or to your right, which one matters more? A right-handed quarterback or left-handed?
Exactly. They don't want to. They don't want to agree to that, Cap.
Hold on.
The reason we're playing musical chairs is because we have a left.
Doesn't matter.
You know why you think?
Oh, now that doesn't matter. Wow.
The reason we're playing musical chairs is because we have a left-handed quarterback.
No.
Exactly.
Let me finish, guys. Cap.
And you know, hey, Cap, didn't we see?
You know why you said that, Cap? You said that because for years, with the exception of Steve Young, that's the only left-handed quarterback you've seen is Tua. So
no, because he always rolls out to the left. That's why I say that.
He's a right-handed quarterback.
So the man rolls out to his left constantly, bro.
By comfort level, because you're not used to seeing it, you think that it's bad, but it's not. It's not.
I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm just telling you that's what it is, bro. But right now, to find a right tackle compared to a left tackle, it's good. Why is it so difficult for us? Answer yourself that.
According to you and Pete, you both are telling me that this team would be better served having the starting quarterback over Tua. The reality.
No. I'm telling you that the reason the offensive line is struggling is because they're trying to cater to a left-handed quarterback. That's why.
That's
why does it struggle with Skylar in? Please let me know why.
Hold on, let me finish my.
Bro, how are we struggling if the offensive line was almost popping 8 yards a carry on the run?
What's the pressure rate?
We won so many games with a right-handed quarterback last year. We won so many games.
So here's the thing. The reality of the situation is Tua by far is a more talented quarterback than anybody else that we currently have on.
Nobody said he wasn't. I'm just telling you, we have more of an issue with the offensive line trying to cater to a left-handed quarterback.
Not by far. Like, he's making it seem. No, it's not big of a gap. Like, he's throwing it out there. You hear it in his voice.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The gap is astronomical.
It's astronomical, bro.
Still astronomical.
It'll always be astronomical.
Again, Woosa Dre. I just respectfully disagree.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with your take with Skylar. I don't have a problem with people in general giving me the fight or the debate about Tua's health. What I do have a problem with is when you are sitting here trying to sell me waterfront property in the desert by saying that, hey, look, Skylar and Mike White are so much better than Tua. False.
We don't have to worry about the offensive line.
Who said that? Who said that? I want to know who said that.
That's what you guys been arguing to worry about.
I say that every day.
No. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm talking about the O-line. My whole conversation was about Connor Williams.
Cap, listen. Pete is saying that we wouldn't worry about the offensive line as much if Tua wasn't the quarterback. That's what.
Well, I agree with that also. Like I said, the left-handed aspect, but you guys don't want to hear that.
What does it mean? If we put Skylar in, he sucks. What does that even mean?
How is that idiotic when it equals 9 and 9?
I heard you, Cap. I disagree with that.
It's idiotic because if you put in the. It's idiotic.
They start with the insults, but when I say 9 and 9, they shut up.
Cap,
they make excuses. They're back to excuses. Cap.
It's idiotic. It's idiotic because we put in 2 other quarterbacks and they suck.
Forget Rashad for a second.
They won 0 games.
I am not being personal with you, Cap or Pete.
Who won 0 games? Skylar won the last game of the season.
No, I just goes on his record. When you say 9 and 9 and people tell you idiotic, how's it idiotic?
What is your question? I don't understand your full question.
Who are you talking to, me?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
What is your answer to 9 and 9?
Of last year or this year?
We haven't even played yet.
We haven't even played yet.
Last year was 9 and 9.
As far as like the outcome of 9 and 9, are you content with the 9 and 9 without the starting quarterback playing the last game of the season?
No, I'm not.
All right, I'm just saying. The starting quarterback did not play. You guys forget that part.
I feel like I'm talking to kindergarten children. Like that's just
when you get boxed in, you feel like that. I get that.
Yeah,
boxed in. What does 9 and 9 have to do with the offensive line and the quarterback? Are you adding the backup quarterbacks that went 1 and 6?
My issue was about the left tackle, right tackle aspect of the offensive line problem. Where you guys went to Mike White and
what does 9 and 9 have to do? What does 9 and 9 have to do with the inconsistent offensive line?
My debate to you, Cap, was I hear your point. I disagree with it because ultimately I believe
9 and 9 with the offensive line playing rotational carousel at quarterback. I think that's pretty good.
You're not letting me finish.
So what are you?
They were also 1 and 6 with that quarterback out.
Yeah, and made the playoffs. What's your point?
Oh my God! And made the playoffs. Jesus fucking Christ! It's like arguing with a 5-year-old.
Tua lost 5 games as a starter. How are we 1 and 6 without him? If Tua lost 5 games as a starter, you guys got.
We were 1 and 4.
When I say the offensive line makes the playoffs,
you can say 1 and 4.5 because
like it bothers them when I say the offensive line made the playoffs.
Game.
The official record as an actual starter is what goes in the.
I know that. Jeez, you don't have to explain that.
You said the offensive line is more consistent than the quarterback.
It's about the
They can't blame the running game. They can't blame the offensive line. They can't blame the wide receivers. They can't blame the offensive.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm trying to figure out where the echo's coming from.
Blame anything right now. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm addressing Pete and Cap.
I feel like Pete and Cap are arguing two different points, and they think they're on each other's side, and they're not even on the same page.
That's exactly me in that narrative.
No, I'm just pointing out.
Talking about the line.
Look,
the whole conversation was the line.
I said I wasn't
the
talking
records
to
right for the facts.
Cap, my point to Cap,
He's 8-5 as a starter. Now begin with those set of facts and move on.
It's you. Thank you, Scarface.
Oh my God, nobody cares.
All right. Here's my.
What did you say, Crypto?
No, I'm saying use the right facts. Him as a 8-5 as a starter, and move from that instead of using absolutes and saying nobody's won or nobody's lost the game.
Well, I don't care about that. An NFL season, that's if the ultimate goal is like what, 20 games, you need to finish the season to play at the title game is 20 games, I believe. That's only 13 you gave me. The guy can't even finish a regular season. Let's talk numbers and facts first.
Let's talk numbers and facts first. Why do you keep bringing up 99 if that's the case?
Bring up the numbers.
Because that's mediocre play, bro. That's mediocre play for a quarterback carousel and a running back by committee and an O-line room that's been torn apart. I mean, you guys want to really say that doesn't cater to the quarterback, but that's the main problem because of the quarterback. It started with the quarterback getting hurt, and after that, it started falling apart.
Listen to what was just said.
Hold up. I got this, guys. I got this. Cap, let me ask you a question.
I got a feeling you don't have this, Steven.
Man, you ain't got nothing. Steven, you got to stop cutting me off. Steven, let me rebuttal him real quick with two simple facts. You're saying 9-9, and then the other guy is saying the quarterback that went 8-5. Listen to yourself.
Where's 9-9 come from?
8-5, 9-9. Do you hear what you're saying?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the whole season in general with the playoff game. That's 9-9.
You're not talking the same thing Pete's talking about.
You're trying
You're
trying to blame one quarterback for the team.
No, you're trying to put me in the same conversation with Pete to justify your narrative, but I'm going a complete different route. That's where you guys effed up.
Then why you keep jumping in front of me?
If your argument to us was, hey, Steven, he can't stay on the field, then nobody here is going to sit here. And
once I said I agreed with Pete on the part that the offensive line went the crap because of the left-handed quarterback part, that's when you guys put me in the brunt of everything.
That's not true.
No, it's when you came out with your 9-9. And nobody understands where
9-9. That's when you did. But
that's
to be
where
fair,
everybody got lost.
And you have bad background. I'm putting you on mute. To be fair to you, Cap, my argument with you, my friend, was not to the fact of you're sitting here saying 9-9. Tua was not a good quarterback because of 9-9, but he was 8-5 when he left.
I said the whole team got injured and became 9-9.
Okay, but that's not all on Tua. That's not all on the quarterback.
It started there. That was where the snowball effect happened, man.
Okay, but so the secondary getting hurt is on the quarterback?
Everything happened at the same time. Yes, you don't recall everything happening after that?
Man, do better, Cap. Be better.
I'm just gonna assume Cap has gone down like a Google black hole of the butterfly effect.
This is terrible.
The butterfly.
What?
That's so
I mean, in fairness, Stephen D, Tua is responsible for 5 of those 9 losses. That's over 50% of the 9 losses.
Starting quarterbacks are not supposed to miss game. He's responsible for every game missed as well.
So Pete,
starting quarterbacks aren't responsible.
Any job in the world when you're
why do they have backup?
They don't
Why do they have
the same
backup?
production.
9-9, and they get back.
Listen.
It's hard to find that guy.
He's responsible for what percent of the losses?
He was responsible for over 50% of the losses.
He was responsible for 88% of the wins. 88% of the wins. He was responsible for 88% of the wins.
Thank you. I do like
and
that.
our backups are responsible
That's where
for
8-5 comes from.
of our
50%
losses.
of the
The only thing I know,
win. So you both are right.
God, Cap, that feedback is so bad. Go out and come
So you both are right, Andrevius. He's responsible for 88% of the wins as well as 50% of the losses.
And how much? How much? What's the percentage of losses that the backups were responsible for?
Well, it doesn't matter because
75.
if the starting quarterback
Roughly 40%. There were 9 losses. There were 9 losses, and the backups were responsible for 4 of them.
Pete, if you want to sit here and argue,
no, the backups were responsible for 5 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, talk to the NFL. I'm not going to argue semantics.
No, color, because when you say the 9 losses, you're color.
Look at the man's record. He's 8-5.
Color. When you say 9 losses, that's including the playoff loss.
Right.
So it's 5,
so the
not
backups
4.
were 1 and 4.
No.
Yes, they lost
8-5 when he
Tua
left.
completely missed 4 games. They lost those 4 games. No. Oh, you're right. Damn, I'm wrong.
The
because we
backups
won
were
the
1
Jets
and
game.
4.
I'm sorry. We won the Jets.
It's okay.
I was so confused on Andre.
There too, Dre. Don't worry, man. I get it.
The backups were 1 and 4.
I don't roast people for that happening. It happens to me all the time, bro.
But all right, so hold on.
Yeah, just like it happened to me with Liz on your channel, Color.
All right, Cap. I wanted to make a point. Cap, get back up here. Hopefully you don't have bad feedback.
Hello.
All right. Do you think that Dan Marino's the best quarterback to play for this franchise ever?
Of course.
Easily.
Okay. Did he have
Ray Lucas was.
injury problems toward the latter part of his career?
Yeah.
No, he had one major one.
Okay, that's fine. All right.
He said the latter part of his career. Pay attention.
Hold on now. Hold on. And is it his fault that we didn't win a Super Bowl? Because he was good enough to win.
When the team was finally built, it was at the latter part of his career. But I don't know anything.
Does that
the point I'm trying to
look, I'll tell you, I'll answer that question, Stephen D.
Okay.
I'm sure he believes and that he could have done more to overcome whatever the reasons are we didn't win a Super Bowl. So in that respect, yes, he's responsible for not winning a Super Bowl.
Okay, and the point and my ultimate point of what I was trying to convince or convey to Cap is you cannot 100% put the onus on Tua for this not being a winning team, because the San Francisco 49ers got to the NFC Championship game with a 3rd string quarterback. It is about everybody, and everybody on that 53-man roster plays a part in wins and losses. Do I want
how you can put me telling you that everybody got hurt after Tua got hurt to making it seem like I blame him for the downfall of the team are 2 completely different things.
Let me get my full point out, and then you can rebuttal. I am not sitting here saying that he does not deserve some of the blame. I am not sitting here saying that, hey, look, man, this guy at the end of the day needs to play a whole season. What I am saying is when he plays and he's on and he's not injured, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, in my opinion. And the record when he left with his big injury last year proved that. And so this year,
Whoa. How is it playing a 5 record prove that?
Let him finish.
Caveat in there.
Color, it did prove that.
It did. And so here's
unbelievable.
Do I think that we got better this offseason? I do, on the offense and defensive side of the ball. I don't necessarily know if we got better on the O-line. That is my big question mark. If somebody wants to sit here and question the Miami Dolphins organization about the O-line, I can sit here and listen to that debate. I can sit here and listen to that conversation. But what I'm going to tell you is the conversation that Tua shouldn't be the starting quarterback because Skyler's better. That's false, and that's a horrible take. And I love you, but it is
at the moment.
What do you mean at the moment? No, ever, forever.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. And then the other thing is the way that this offense is designed. We all say really doesn't matter who's playing quarterback here, because this offense should score touchdowns no matter who's there, as long as they can throw the ball and stay upright. And that's ultimately all we need out of the quarterback from us. And Tua has everything that he needs in his arsenal to be a MVP, successful Pro Bowl type quarterback this year. And if he doesn't, that's on him. I have no problem putting the onus on him then. At the end of the day.
So what if he's not?
Like I'm
what do you?
watching a replay of last year's audio at this time last year.
Let's say, Steven, we do the same thing. We make it to the playoff, wild card team. Tua plays a full season, dude. All 17. We go 10-7. We're just an average. We're average. 15 on offense, 15 on defense. A 10-7 squad. Is that good enough? First wild card with Tua, we lose. That's it. It's done. We're back home.
You guys are gonna rip me for this, but I think there's semantics to this, as Color would like to say. There will be things that I can't say if that's gonna be the ultimate thing. If Tua plays his ass off and they win some games because of him, I mean, look, you gotta throw it out there, right? Like that's good. But look, here's what I'll say.
Well, he did specify that it looked average all season.
Here's what I'll say. To be honest with you as a fan,
15
to be honest with you as a fan, Pete, I think it's AFC Championship or bust. That's how I look at it. And I know Von Joe hates me saying that, but to me, that's what it is. If this team can't at least get to the AFC Championship game, then they have failed. Straight failed, my opinion.
Oh, that depends.
Fair enough.
This season, so it has to be like
if they run into Kansas City in the first
we've been
round,
the greatest
I'm not
team
mad.
assembled in the history of sports. So why not expect the greatest thing in the history of sports?
I don't. Who is selling you that crypto? Who is telling you this?
I don't think this is
That's
the
what's
greatest
being
team
pounded all the time,
But
Dre.
what I will
It's in and
say
out of
is-
spaces. We're the greatest ever assembled.
I don't think we're the greatest ever assembled. I do think that we're a top 20 greatest assembled team maybe ever in the history of the NFL, maybe top 20, top 30.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know, I mean, look at the
I've seen some great
weapons that we have on
teams.
offense and defense. There are glaring holes on our team, offensive line, depending on what happens with the linebacker, nose tackle, defensive tackle. You know, the tight end. What does the running back room kind of look like because of their, you know, injury prone? If Dalvin does come here, what does that look like? All of those things will play a factor this year. It will not. And so when you say, hey, look, the Dolphins go 10-7, they maybe win a playoff game, they maybe lose a playoff game. I don't know. I don't know if I can put the full onus on Tua as long as he plays 17 games. If he doesn't play 17 games and he plays 13 or 14, then I think we need to have I think we need to have a serious conversation internally as a franchise and say, what do we need to do to get
unless he's 14-0 when he goes down.
And you know, and so it goes to semantics again.
I'm
you know,
still off. I'm off.
You laugh, and I think you were half joking.
I think you're looking for a
Would that be a
different
hard
word.
reset
Steven.
color or a soft reset?
I probably am looking for a different word, but
I don't know, because look, he could go 14-0, get injured, but it could be some weird off injury that has nothing to do with why he's been getting injured. You know what I mean?
And then what do? You kind of look at, and then Color, that is such, out of all of the scenarios that people have brought up on my show over the last several weeks, nobody has brought up something to the effect of, what if the Dolphins are 13-1 or 12-2 and Tua goes down with a freak injury that isn't related to anything that's happened to him in the past? What do you do at that point?
Yeah, like let's say if he busts his finger, like let's say if he busts his finger randomly on somebody's helmet.
Yeah,
let's say something like that.
Knock on wood, Color. Knock on wood right now.
Yeah, please.
No, I am knocking on wood, no doubt, because it's already happened to one of our backups, and he gets roasted for it. You know what I mean? So
Skyler, that guy named Skyler.
Yeah, it's true.
Hey, Color finds a way. Color's so good at that. He gets you out every time.
He slid that one right in.
It did.
Oh, happened to Tom Brady too.
It happened to Tom Brady too. You're right. Here's the thing. I love that particular scenario, Color, because I'll be honest with you, I think that puts the Dolphins in a worse position than if he gets hurt due to an injury.
You ain't lying there, man.
I really do. I think it puts the Dolphins in a worse position because you can't necessarily get rid of a quarterback who's won you 12-14 games and played at a
right.
Pro Bowl MVP.
Right, but Vegas would be knocking on the door going, can you not
Why can't
argue
you?
the statistics?
Why can't you?
Why couldn't you?
Oh, he out of he ain't getting no contract. He ain't getting no contract if he don't play at least 16 games.
Y'all seem to forget.
He's gone.
Quarterbacks do not grow on trees, guys. They don't. It's not
gone.
like. Let me ask you: we can all think that C.J. Stroud's going to be a good quarterback?
Well, we know they don't grow on palm trees. That's for sure.
Do we know that he's going to be?
For the record, I think Stroud is going to be good.
We all love Andrew Luck, right? Andrew Luck was the greatest quarterback prospect in the last 20 years. Most people would say that that's the case. But he was injury prone, and that hurt his career.
Now that you can blame his offensive line, Steven.
Well, at the end of the day, the Colts have their franchise was set back years because they drafted Andrew Luck and what happened to him. It wasn't that it was the wrong pick. It wasn't that it was the wrong player. It was a shit story or a shit scenario.
I wouldn't say they were set back. I wouldn't say they were set back because they was making playoff runs.
100% they were.
You know what?
I'll be honest with you. The fact that nobody can perennially win in the AFC South is sad to me because
Steven,
they're
go ahead.
If any one of those four teams had any sort of competency of just putting in a year in year out basis of a winner, they could win a couple playoff games every year. They could be the next Cincinnati Bengals with Marvin Lewis. Easy.
Well, I mean, here's their best quarterback in the South, man. I mean,
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence, okay. I mean,
they might be right. And it's more competition coming.
CJ Stroud, depending on
Stroud is in there now. So
yeah, so
there you go.
I don't think I think my statement stands corrected. If the Dolphins were to go 12-2 and Tua were to get hurt due to a freak injury, that their franchise would be in a worse position than it would be had he got hurt week 6 or 7 due to an injury that he's had before. Because at that case, you can then say, you know what? Book is up. I appreciate you. We're going to shake hands. We're done with this. But if he gets hurt in a freak injury, you can't necessarily get rid of them. You can't.
So you think
you just describe what it's like to be snake bitten?
I'm done. I'm DUD. Unless we groom a quarterback in a.
You guys would be willing. You guys would be willing.
Well, Rashad, to your point, that's what we're supposed to be doing with Skylar Thompson.
No. But Steven, so you're saying that if we go 13-1 and Tua gets a freak accident, you guys want him gone?
I don't. I don't think I.
I thought that's what you said.
No, Pete. What Stephen D's saying is that the organization wouldn't care. They would still string it along with injury proneness. You know what I mean?
Well,
they want to get, and they wouldn't want to give him the contract.
I don't know if I would use those words, Color, but ultimately we're saying the same thing. Like the organization would be put in a bad spot because at that point you have a good quarterback, but what do you do in that scenario? It's not like an injury that's something that always occurs. It was a freak injury at that point. By the way, we're playing, what if, right? If this were to happen. But if he were to get an injury like a concussion or a hip or something in week 6 or 7, you can easily walk away.
Then they'll know right away.
You can walk away from Tua at that point. The fan base isn't going to be mad at you. The owner's not going to be mad.
They can make a decision.
I'm not so sure it matters at this point, Steven, because there's no loyalty anymore. Gone are the Shula days where you had like Shula used to have that blanket rule. You can't lose your job to injury. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a QB1.
Let me ask you something, Color. Do you think that if Tua doesn't work out here in Miami, that McDaniel's going to be the one to pay the price? And Greer?
No.
Yes.
If I go on track record, then yeah. Do I think it's right? No.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
No matter what McDaniel boasted, Tua is not his guy as far as it's not like he had a choice in the matter.
Yeah, I agree. And to be fair,
I don't necessarily buy that Tua was
every year. I think every year that
McDaniel made that call himself.
I think every year that McDaniel play or coaches, he gets better. He evolved. If McDaniel shows that he evolved from the mistakes that he did last year, whether we have a good team or a mediocre team or whatever, but if he's shown, hey, look, he's not calling, the mistakes are less, or X, Y, and Z, and the offense stayed in the top 10 offense and whatever, and everybody improved immensely. I think no matter what happens with Tua, McDaniel deserves to stay, and Greer deserves to stay.
I'll do you one. I'll do you one better.
I wasn't
Steven.
arguing
No,
for
Greer
righteousness.
won't
I
be
was
staying
arguing
with
what was right. In other words, like I get what you're saying. He still boasted that remember Ross said the quarterback is the choice of the new head coach, and McDaniel chose Tua in that regard.
And so by that
logic,
you're like,
but that doesn't mean it's the right move to fire McDaniel and Tua don't work out. You know what I mean?
I'll do you one better.
Well,
the
that
more
gives
Tua
Stephen Ross the
improves,
justification to do it.
the more Tua improves,
I don't
I think
disagree, Crypto. I'm
solidifies
just
his
saying it
job
wouldn't be
even
the
more.
right strategical move.
Long as Tua continues to
Hey.
improve, I think we look at Mike McDaniel in a different light, because he was a quarterback who couldn't get nothing together his first 2 seasons, and then exploded onto the scene as an MVP candidate in the rookie coach's first year. So if we see a more improvement, he becomes a quarterback guru, and that's somebody you don't want to get rid of. Because Tua was washed. Tua didn't have a deep ball. He didn't have. Well,
And even if he just got in Rashad, even if he just, to your point, even if he just got him up to serviceable levels or above average levels, that's still a thing to, an accomplishment of Mike McDaniel, even if Tua isn't elite or whatever.
And you know what? And you know what, Stephen? The Tua-neers, they love to come out with that stat. Oh, he killed the narrative of the deep ball. I want to know what his percentage of the deep ball is late in the season compared to early on in the season.
He doesn't play late
because he doesn't, because people, no, this is the thing, Stephen, because people sit here and say, oh, I don't know where that narrative is that Tua never had a deep ball. A lot of his number one is yak, and nobody's never sat here and said, oh, Tua can't throw the ball far.
Didn't you
they carry that.
Hold on 1 second. To get away from Tua just for a second, I think ultimately we as a fan base are just scared and nervous of the same old happening to this franchise again.
I can agree to that.
And I think we have a right to be nervous about it, because we do have a quarterback that isn't 100% proven. Let me say that. And because of multiple factors. And we have a young coach. We have a first-year defensive coordinator, and we want these things to work out because of where our franchise has been over the last several years. But the reality of the situation is championships are not won overnight. And to be fair, this is the second year of this full regime. And the odds of them winning a Super Bowl, I have to be honest with myself and say that the odds are not in our favor. But we have the team to do it. We do have the team to do it.
All it matters as a fan is being able to believe in your squad. I mean, I get it. As an owner and as a team, and being in that locker room, everybody's ultimate goal is a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. I get it. As a fan, we want that as well. But in all reality, as a fan, we just want to feel like we have a fighting chance to make it to the Super Bowl. The end results might not have to be the Super Bowl for the fan base to go look at last year and be like, man, we were so close. Yeah, we were so close. I feel so good about this squad. One more step forward. And it could be just like that, Stephen, year after year after year after year. And it's not going to knock nobody down ever. It's when you don't have that fighting chance. It's when you don't. Why you get an angry fan base or a fan like me, because this is what I don't get. I see too many happy fans lately, and it's like, oh, Tua let us down. He got injured. That's all it was, and like that's okay to accept. In all reality, go ahead, Stephen. Go ahead.
No,
go ahead, because I can keep going.
I would say 95% of what you were saying I was agreeing with up until that last part there, but I think ultimately fans are scared to buy into everything because they've had their hearts ripped out multiple times. And people say this is a narrative that is, that it's a narrative that's overplayed or is BS. If you're a fan, you should be a fan, blah, 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 blah. Here's the reality of the situation. There are fans that have been fans of the Dolphins for the last 20 years. We haven't won a playoff game. We've seen multiple head coaches, 7 or 8 head coaches 7 or 8 different 4 or 5, maybe 6 GMs, 24, 23 starting quarterbacks. It's just been a revolving door of endless mediocrity at best. And when we've had any semi-success, it's been on, for the most part, a gimmick. And up until this past year. So
yeah, Stephen, I didn't get a copy of that dictionary that says that the definition of fanatic is positivity. I missed that dictionary. I don't use that one.
Well, let me.
It was the new unabridged version, Color.
What do you say? What do you Color?
Well, what I mean is fanatical or fanatic or fan is a magnifier. It's not. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, if you're negative or you feel negative about your team and you're a fan, it's going to be to the fanatical levels, just like it would be if you felt positive about your team.
Color, let's use Pete for the example here. Pete gets labeled as a hater, right? He does, but I don't. Pete knows that, right? I'm not saying anything to Pete that hasn't been told to happen.
But all because of Tua. But you guys aren't labeled as a hater because of Austin Jackson. But go ahead, finish your point, Steven.
Is it fair, ultimately, to label Pete as a hater when the reality of the situation is?
Hey guys, y'all want Pete to be mad? I'm gonna upset Pete.
I can understand if I didn't know
jersey.
Look, if I didn't know Pete, if I didn't know Pete, then I can understand why people would think that he is hating. But I know Pete well enough, and I also understand the idea that Pete is probably just at the level of what you would call a number one fan, just on the opposite end of the positivity and negativity spectrum. But that's precisely what I'm saying. Fanatical doesn't require positivity. There's nowhere in the dictionary does it say fanatical or does it have the word positive.
Color, you know what the crazy part about that is? Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, I'm a bigger fan than these guys.
Right.
These guys are not bigger Dolphin fans than me. Hell no. So, Color, you're right.
Color, why do fans get upset when people are like, be more positive about your team? Have an ultimate.
Because it hurts to hear, bro. It hurts to hear when you're a fan of something and you're positive. It hurts to hear when somebody doesn't like.
But here, Color,
I get it.
Here's the thing.
That's why I try as hard as I can to curtail it, Stephen, because I know it hurts people's feelings. You know what I mean?
Color. Here's the thing. No, because I have been negative on the Miami Heat all season. I've been like, this team sucks. I don't want to hear shit about Heat culture. But when they started doing things that made it look like they were a decent team, I started changing that around. When the team is winning, Pete's still complaining. That's bullshit. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
But I have witnessed him cheer, bro. I've witnessed him cheer, bro.
That doesn't matter.
No, Pete is positive when we suck. That's the bad part about it. We can lose a game and he can say that one throw by Skyler.
Right, but all I can say is I have witnessed the man with my own eyes on several occasions cheer for the team and be positive when we were winning. I don't know how else to say it. You can just call me an outright liar if you want.
I think I haven't. You were in a different room than I've been in because I ain't witnessed it.
I believe he cheers for the team, but he also criticizes everything positive we do.
Is it fair to question a fan's loyalty because they're positive or negative about the team?
Yes.
I think it's
hell no. It's fair until
mind you, color. They're talking like if we've been the Bills last 2-3 years.
They don't answer it the way you expect them to.
I'm not trying to get a debate started. I'm trying to get the discussion going because I have to admit it.
Listen, I watch y'all Hayes True talk
but Stephen, you know what frustrates me because you're about to say is all the positivity that you guys spew year after year, selling us that we're gonna be the AFC East champs year after year with every move we made, and in fact, you guys all been wrong from the Jordan Howard running back room to the Chase Ed.
All right, I'm just putting you on.
You've been wrong.
To his point, though, the ones that are positive for years and decades, the ones that are positive for decades and years, don't like when you give the pushback to the ones that are finally telling you, "Hey, the positivity ain't working. It's time for you to hit a reality."
All right, so
they don't like reality. And they want to stick to the propaganda.
I'll go, and then Rashad will go.
10 and 6, and then 9 and 8. Come on now.
Here's my thing. This is the part where I get frustrated with you a little bit, Pete. because I'm sitting here saying, look, let's not do that. But you're also giving it to people that are excited about the team. And like, what do you have to be excited for? How can you be excited about this team? Like, what are you talking about? This team, there's so much to be excited for about this team.
Listen, I'm sick of y'all kissing Pete ass and trying to make him just Steven, y'all shut up trying to kiss his ass, trying to make him feel good about this annoying shit.
Man, you clearly don't know. So Steven, again, you're asking exactly why I asked, because I don't get it. You guys only look. You guys make it seem like a successful season. The Dolphins makes it a successful season as long as
it's not a fan's job. It's not a fan's job to make you get it, Pete. It's not my job to make you care how I care. You're entitled to your own opinion.
New guy next to me.
Papa Paul here. That's Papa Paul, baby. That's my guy. What up, Paul?
Not much. How y'all doing today?
Well,
what up, Paul?
Hey, what's going on?
We're always
up here. How long you been a fan, man?
Filing out Tuesday.
I've been a fan for over 50 years.
You see what I'm saying? You don't deserve to go through this, sir.
This is one of the most optimistic times you've been as a fan as far as seeing this roster.
Oh yeah, yes. This is the most optimistic time.
You're not a real fan, Paul.
Excuse me. I've been through all the hell and high waters, and y'all are sitting there talking about
you over here with this optimism. That's not real fanhood.
Of your fandom career, right?
Optimistic, Paul. You can't be
optimistic. Because you're optimistic, you're not a real fan.
Let Paul go. Let Paul go, guys. Go ahead.
I'm messing with people, y'all. Be realistic.
Everybody's talking about how bad we lost in December and stuff. When if you actually know the history of the Miami Dolphins, November, December has always been their worst time. They have the worst record.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you.
Ooh,
but it doesn't mean we can't be optimistic about this year or last year. For what they did, no team's ever gone 3 up, 3 down, 5 up, 5 down, and still make the playoffs. And then we actually had a
fight on the field in front of you
with the third string quarterback.
And we almost won.
I am never been a super fan of Tua, but I am a fan of anyone who's on the Miami Dolphins team.
Talk to him.
Even if I don't like him. I did not like, and I still don't like Teddy Underwater, as I call him.
Wow.
Shots fired.
Teddy Underwater.
Yo. Steven,
First of all,
I need you to pick up. I need you to cue up some organs because he's preaching right now. Lord have mercy. Take me to the upper room.
Keep going, Paul, but I'm letting you know right now from this very moment today, Teddy Bridgewater is better than Mike White. So go ahead.
Bridgewater may be better than Mike White, but Bridgewater sucks, period.
Oh, amen. Lord have mercy.
Even Ray Charles can see what's going on in these locker rooms. But go ahead.
He had another time in his career that he was exceptionally good, and that's when he was with the New Orleans Saints.
Lord have mercy.
But he never took the Vikings to the playoffs, right?
So Paul, you don't normally.
No, Adrian Peterson did.
You don't normally. You do watch my show a little bit.
Yeah,
he did have to play quarterback.
You're basically part of like the fans, the physical fans going to events and stuff like that.
Yes.
Is there a difference between the physical fans that go to the events and then Twitter Dolphins fans and social media Dolphins fans?
Oh yeah, God yes.
What's the biggest difference you see?
The biggest difference, the fans that go to the game, go to the events, are looking for anything and everything positive. They're not looking for anything negative at all. When your Twitter fans are looking at both negative and positive. So there's just a big difference. Your fans that go to all these events are your true hardcore fans, but a lot of them can be wagon jumpers too. But your Twitter
cures all, man. Winning cures all.
Yes, winning will cure all. I'm not doubting that. I'm not arguing with that.
That's organs for his preaching.
Paul, is this the most?
I was just wondering real quick, Stephen D. I had a question real quick. How do we determine who the wagon jumpers are? Do we have a drumhead trial, or how do we do this? Do we break down right there in the parking lot and on a drumhead and have a trial, or how do we do this?
if you know,
I'm just wondering for a friend.
The true fans that are not wagon jumpers can tell you a lot of the ins and outs about the Miami Dolphins, who's got what records.
Again, I still have the same question. How do we determine who the wagon jumpers are? Is this done by plummet or what?
You know it's a dumbass question.
All right, so hold on. Let me kind of answer that.
We had one that used to be up here with Steven.
To be fair with
Well, that's
Paul,
precisely the question Stephen D asked to start the segment.
yeah. So here's what I'll say. As far as saying that one fan is more hardcore to the other, I think the fans that show up, I mean, look, it costs a lot of money too. I think there's plenty of fans that don't show up because they can't afford to show up. Shit's
Exactly.
expensive, right? So
Yes.
I'll say that. The other thing I will say though is I think what you see on social media through the lens of social media is the loud part of social media. And most times the loud part of social media is the negative. So we just happen to see that because most people that are positive are not going to social media because they don't want to see the negative.
I think you
They don't
want
want
to
to
hear
hear
from
agree with you
System Store, but it's
100% on that.
54
I
unit.
agree with you 100% on
Let's start with the
that,
both of
Steven.
Rashad, you need to put yourself on mute when you're working, man. Killing me, Smalls. But you know, I think that's the other thing. And then the other thing to Color's point, I think he's being there's a serious part to that question and a sarcastic part. But let's play it out for the sake of the question. If you were to have a trial in the parking lot of Hard Rock Stadium and go through everybody, okay, are you a fan? Are you a bandwagon fan? Are you a pro? You know, what makes you a good fan? I think what makes a fan a good fan is understanding, hey, look, I can have an opinion about this player. I can have an opinion about this team. I can debate it in a good, healthy way. But I can also hear if you're optimistic about the team and I'm negative, I want you to talk to me more so I can come over to the light side more, or vice versa.
What I don't like, Steven, is the people trying to purge the majority of the fan base, and those same people have never even stepped foot in the Hard Rock to do even a trial or that type of hypothetical type of jury and trial base.
I wasn't intending to. Hold on. I wasn't intending to go that far.
The part of the reason you don't see that, Captain, I'll let Color go after me, is it's expensive to go to games, and not everybody lives in South.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear it though. If you're a true Miami Dolphin fan, you would embrace all of them. Don't make me tell me that I'm not a fan when you're halfway across the.
Well, hold on, Cap. I think what Cap is expressing here, the reason Cap's taking it to that level is because he's expressing a feeling. Hold on, he's expressing a feeling that I was trying to express by the question in general, and what I guess maybe I should just come out with the question.
I'm just putting my 2 cents in.
Has any the person that thinks that thinks that we can determine who bandwagoners are? I'm just wondering if they've ever been called one after 50 years of being a fan.
Wait, this discussion has gotten a bandwagon, people? What's going on right now?
Have you ever been called?
No, it's about gatekeeping when you're not even.
How is one supposed to conduct themselves after they've spent?
There's all type of
40
fans.
years of their life being a Miami Dolphins fan, and then be told by a 20-year-old kid that because they don't like a given player that they're not a fan and that they're a bandwagoner.
Paul, that's a good question. I think it deserves a good answer. Go ahead.
So again, if that's the case, how do we determine who they are?
Go ahead. Let Paul answer. Go ahead, Paul.
Well, you determine who they are. To me, if they have they got to have real knowledge of the past, the present, and what they see in the future.
Check.
Hard disagree, but go ahead.
How do you disagree with that?
I don't want to just disagree, Dre. I'm going to check all the boxes for him. Okay. Go ahead, sir.
I have never been called a bandwagon jumper, personally.
Well, that is nice for you. So you can't answer the question. Okay.
And
thank you.
Wait. I've also been a fan for over 50 years, and I've never had a season ticket until a little over a year ago.
Okay.
I did get my season tickets before Tyreek Hill came, when all of a sudden everybody wanted season tickets.
Mm-hmm. And now there's a waiting list for the first time.
Yes. Yes, there's a waiting list now. I'm not down on their lower level.
So let me ask you something, Paul. Getting season tickets make you more of a fan than other fans?
No,
it don't matter. I checked those boxes too. I've sat in row 1. I've sat in row 300 in row 20 of 300, section 300. Check.
Nor was that the narrative he was giving off. Hold on, Paul. Color, I want to answer something to your statement. If a 20-year-old kid comes up to Paul or Color, who's been a fan for many, many years, because you guys are old, man. You guys are so old, just absolutely. I love you guys. I love you both. Okay. If they come up to you and question your fandom, I think there's 2 ways you go about it. You either say, well, tell me what you know about the team if you want to have a debate with them, like in a good way, or you say,
I think that's unfair to hold it against somebody that they're just
20-year-old was a bad example. 20-year-old was a bad example. What about when it's a 38-year-old man that actually threatens you? What about that?
Color, you and I have had a conversation.
That's a real fan right there.
You just ignore those stupid people.
But how do you hold it against somebody?
What about when the whole community embraces them as a magnet?
After you, how are you mad that they were born later than you?
Color, there's a portion of the fan base. I think I might know who you're talking about now.
I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm not allowed to talk about anybody in particular.
Well,
You're not allowed. Come on, bro.
I don't care how old he is. If some fan came up and threatened me saying I'm not a real fan, I'm just going to laugh in their face and walk away because they're not worth my time.
They're not worth their time. I agree with
they're
that.
They're not.
And I will say to Color's
that's a great answer, and that's probably how I should conduct myself, and I really do. That's why I've been woosan it all week.
Color, I'm gonna just tell you like this, Color.
Color, you're smarter than that.
Color,
they call people
just by talking to you. You're probably have. I used to have a temper, and I used to go off on people on different things for no reason. And it's just, guys, I've gotten older. It's not worth my time.
They don't affect your pocket. They don't affect your family. They don't affect.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's
Color is almost at that point.
What I know. The people
until they do affect it.
So I'm just going to throw this person's name out as an example. Lewis. Lewis is a very good friend of mine. If Lewis had a problem with me, it would bother me because I'm friends with him and I would have a conversation about it. If somebody else that's in the Dolphins community who I will not name had a problem with me, I wouldn't care because that person's never given me the respect that I've given them. So if they don't respect me, I don't care what they say. I don't.
Fair enough, Stephen. That's why I come to you, bro.
Exactly. I mean, I've had someone recently
I only come here to talk
complain about me supporting haters on my platform. I have
quarterback today in practice, by the way. I'm already getting told. And shout out to Daniel Oyefuse. I'm sorry, Papa Paul. No, but he had to say Skyler. I'm sorry, Papa Paul.
God damn, let the man talk.
Pete, let me hear him be quiet, Andrevius. Let go ahead, talk, guys.
Silence.
You shut up, Pete. You was trying to talk and you cut him off.
All of you guys be quiet. He was going to talk.
I had someone recently that I've been friends with through Facebook and met him a few times, but because I have certain people as my admin in my group that he says I'm giving haters a platform to speak on. And he left my group. He actually booted me and blocked me from his group, then invited me back. He's being like a freaking middle schooler. You know,
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, nor do I want to know. But what I will say is, I've had that happen to me too. Here's what I say: if you have,
I'm just trying to gain the tools on how to deal with it. That's all. I'm not trying to be a dick here. I'm just trying to gain the tools on how to deal with it.
Can I speak? Can I get a second? You're talking about the kids from Petty High?
Color.
I like that.
Can I get in? Let me cut the line. Let me cut the line right quick, Steven. Because there was once a time.
Let Jay talk.
There was once a time where I was on the opposite end of the spectrum. Color. People were giving me that stupid "you're not a real Dolphins fan, you're a two-and-near" bullshit, and I'm like, okay, cool story, bro. Anyways, you know what I did, Color? I just embraced it. I said, yep, I'm a two-and-near. Now what? Now what?
Right.
And I'm gonna keep coming to these panels, and I'm gonna keep talking to y'all about the Dolphins.
But why do you
Now
think I
what?
respect you so much?
That's all, Dre. I respect that, Dre.
Can I ask you a question, Andrevius? Do you think that because that persona was given to you or that was cast upon you, when you embraced it, it changed kind of who you are and your personality sometimes, and maybe even somebody you might not even like all the time, because you're like, this is not me, this is not who I am.
I don't. It doesn't really bother me. I like Tua, so the Tua near thingy doesn't really bother me that much. So whatever. Y'all got it if y'all want to call me a Tua near all day. Just know I'm gonna still be at the Dolphins game. I'm gonna still be on the Dolphins panels. I'm gonna still argue with y'all.
Bro, that's what I care about more, Dre. I could care less about the Tua and Tua stuff, man.
Andrevius, let me be clear too. You know, during when the season was going on last year, and we're, you know, all of us going to games and we're meeting each other for the first time, you and I included, you know, we didn't change what side of the fence we were on as far as a certain player, but did we have any, I mean, did we, how was it at the stadium, bro? You know what I mean? And I felt for the first time, just like you embrace being a, you know, to an ear, quote unquote, because I don't really see you like that. You're an intelligent person. I don't, you know, I don't put that moniker on you. You know what I mean?
Give Andrevius all this.
Are you saying Are you saying real Tuaneers are intelligent? Is that what
well,
you're saying?
if they're going to claim it's a pejorative, then I am. You know what I mean? Because they're the ones that made up the word. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's a different subject. I didn't want to go down that road. But what I'm trying to say is, during the season last year, after meeting people like Andrevius and actually saying, look, there's a real soul and physical person behind this person that banters back and forth on the internet, whatever. And it's like, I felt the same way, that I could finally say, you know what? I'm looking for my own eyes. So even if I do critique or criticize Tua, I know I'm coming from a place of education, even if somebody says whatever. Now that the season's over and we're back into the off season, regurgitating the same things as last off season, all the attacks are starting again, all the ad hominems, all of the, I mean, I feel like, I mean, I don't want to, like, everybody keeps claiming I'm playing victim, so I don't even want to go there. But just suffice it to say, I don't feel in the same headspace that I was during the season.
Right.
That's fair.
Fellas, real quick. Just don't let, Color, the only thing I can say is don't let them intimidate you, bro. That's it. Don't let nobody try to punk you, intimidate you.
And a lot of people
speak
put
your
that
mind,
on
bro.
me when I react the wrong way up towards it. People are then compounding it and putting it on me too, because I'm responsible for. I am responsible for my reaction. You know what I mean?
You are an extremist.
Hold on, Stephen. Dave was trying to say something.
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, I just wanted to come up. Hey, I don't know. Whatever, Rashad. All I'm saying is, like, bro, y'all are trying to have an intelligent conversation. From a listener who didn't plan on coming up here today, bro, every time somebody starts making a point, you got somebody else cutting them off. Y'all have to let people finish their point, because all y'all doing is having going around in a circle because no one gets to finish their point. Please stop cutting people off so we can actually understand what is being said. Y'all are going and switching subject to subject, because every last person up here, soon as somebody starts talking, oh, let me get my point in. Bro, just have some decorum, bro. Like, bro, calm down. You will get your point off. That's the only reason I came up here, just to ask y'all.
What decorum do you have? What are you bringing to the table besides complaining right now?
You're doing it right now, Cap. God damn.
Bro, give me a topic. You're complaining right now, bro. You're complaining right now. What do you have?
I'm complaining about y'all talking over each other, Cap. If you don't understand that, and gotta understand that other people are trying to listen and trying to learn something, bro, you're not gonna learn nothing. So everything that comes out of your mouth, bro, it doesn't even matter, because no one gets to hear it, because somebody else cuts you off.
All right, fair enough.
Dade,
like, how is that hard to understand? I don't know.
Dade, I didn't.
Everybody.
Hold on.
You're a Heat fan. Hush.
There we go. See, I'm trying to talk and they're cutting me off, Dade. I didn't hear what you said. Could you repeat it? Hey, just to be fair, man, somebody got.
Damn, who let the dogs out?
That's mine.
Okay. Got to put you on mute for a second.
Is your dog named Tua?
Is your dog named Tua?
No, it's called Pete because he knows how to cut people off at the perfect time.
Says someone get Dade a Snickers. He gets angry when he's hungry.
Dang this nigga.
Hey, but you know, this conversation, I did find it funny because, again, you guys are trying to make it seem like there's only one type. There should only be one type of fan. And in all reality, I don't see it as that. I don't care what this fan base thinks about me or how they view me. None of these people on the internet help me in any form or fashion. So I come with my own football thoughts of my favorite team that I locally grew up rooting for each and every single day. And only because I know a little bit more than others, because I guess that side of the fans side just wants to accept anything new. For example, I was sitting here telling the fan base Chase Edmonds is not a good deed. Oh, Pete, you're a hater. You don't know football. We just picked up the best running back, and he's going to be the guy that takes us to the Super Bowl. That's what you guys do around here in this fan base.
Well, forgive me for saying so, Pete, but forgive me for saying so, but as a 45-year-old man, I can tell you that isolating yourself will you won't like it forever, bro. I'm just gonna say that.
And by the way, it is what it is. I don't come here to sit here and be all nice and cheer on a team that I know deep down inside when it's December, all of you guys are gonna act like you can't remember.
Pete,
you guys forget about December in this fan base.
No. Where does the December narrative come from?
Go ahead, Steven, because there's only should be nothing but positive fans in this fan base. That's it.
Because before last season,
during the season, everybody's able to fall off of Tua. When he gets hurt, it's okay for Steven to say, "Yeah, I'm done with Tua. I don't want to see him here no more." But then he learns how to fall, and then you're able to say, "Okay, we're back on."
All right. What I will say is, now that those two, I've quieted them for a second.
62 in December.
I shut up, Rashad. I will say
62 in December.
Pete, I'm going to say two things. I'm going to rebuttal two things to you. Number one, I don't think that I know for me, I'm not saying that people need to fit into one label or one bottle as a fan. You can have multiple viewpoints, multiple things. I have no problem with that. That's why I do Wildin' Out Wednesday, or today is Wildin' Out Tuesday, right? I'm good with it. What my fight with you is in one side of your statement, you're saying, well, everybody should have that they shouldn't be labeled into one. They do. But in the very next breath, you're saying, I can't stand fans that say, "Oh my God, if we get Dalvin Cook, we're going to win the Super Bowl." That's a double negative. You're contradicting yourself in that same sentiment.
No, because I'm literally saying I'm viewed by all of you, and especially you, as a hater of this team, which is fine. No. You clearly have said that. You've said that out of your own mouth. Pete, you're a hater of the Dolphins. You've said, and on this episode as well, you said it. You might have used it as an example on this show today, but you still say it and you push it. So since I'm a hater of the Dolphins because I don't like Tua's football game, then maybe you guys are a hater of the Dolphins because you didn't like Jesse Davis as a right tackle. You see, like, you guys always just want to call somebody a hater instead of actually giving your take or opinion on why you're calling that guy a hater. It makes no sense on it. Again, because of the player is not liked. You're
after you make a statement, let people rebuttal.
I've never heard nobody call you a Dolphin hater.
I can admit that I've
Tua hater, yeah.
But I have also said that I think when you hate, for the most part, with the exception of Tua, which is a huge exception because that's all you seem to talk about most of the time.
Exactly.
Is I don't have a problem. Like, I did hate on Jesse Davis. I thought he was horrible. I did not think he should be on this team. I feel that way about Noah Igbenogany. I think you have a right to be.
Pete, are you saying you're not a Tua hater? I'm confused. That's a lot.
You guys hate on this team more than I hate on this team. You guys hate on running backs, linebackers, tight ends, receivers, tight ends. No, don't mute me.
I am your local hopium dealer, Pete.
The Jerome Baker hate. Preposterous.
You guys hate more on this team than actually Pete, but with a voice, y'all make it seem like I hate on this organization more than everybody else.
See, Stephen D, this is where my statistical mind, everybody thinks I always trying to white knight for Pete, but it's only because my statistical mind agrees with Pete. I mean, he only hates on one player. You got to admit.
Out of respect, can we say that's delusion? That y'all still think that way, even though the majority of the fans don't think that way? But y'all
say that again, Wayne.
I said,
but I'm a bigger hater than y'all.
No,
but go ahead.
We're not calling it hate. Maybe we're saying our point of view is we think it's delusional that you only harp on one QB on your team that you say you claim that you love, but when we talk about other players on the team that need to get better, it always goes back to Tua. That's what the fans are asking you guys. It does. Color, Pete, Cap for Life. I know we always get into it and y'all block me so many times when I say this stuff in the chat room, but I'm just saying what every other fan that doesn't think like you.
First of all, I ain't never blocked you for saying nothing. I don't even know.
I didn't say you blocked. I didn't say
you just named me. You just named me, bro.
No, Color, you're not listening.
This is one of those moments, Color. Don't get
You're not listening. Exactly. You're not listening, Color. I said you, Pete, and Cap always seem to have the same thought process that other Dolphin fans don't have. I never said that you blocked.
But again, you're still including me in my thought process with Pete and Cap when I clearly have illustrated that the guy can get better.
You're not listening. You're not listening.
You're not hearing it.
Because it's the same pattern that you guys continue to do on this show. That's what we're calling you out on.
He's not saying that you guys have the same thoughts. He's saying the way you guys go about processing your thoughts is very similar.
That's exactly what I'm saying, guys. I'm not trying to harp on you.
Wasn't saying that you guys have the same thoughts.
And I respectfully disagree that that's the case.
That's your opinion. You can have that
opinion.
That's
all I'm saying. Please do not include me. If you can say that's your opinion, but I mean, I could easily say people like you go around saying that opinion, parroting it like it's the biggest freaking deal in the world.
Yeah, but all right. So
what's delusional?
Exactly, Color.
To be fair about Wayne's comment, you're up here giving your opinion. So I think it's fair game for him to say, hey, look, the way I look at it as your thought processes are very similar. I'm not saying that you guys are.
Yeah, but when I give an opinion, I give evidence and an example why I think that way. I don't just say, I think your thought process is just like Pete's. When it's clearly not, and I've got a track record of videos on the YouTube to prove it.
So whose opinion has turned to fact?
Hold on, guys. Hold on. So, Color, your rebuttal then should be, hey, Wayne, you know what? I have to be honest with you. I hear you, and I hear what you said. I disagree, and here's why.
I just tried that, and I was cut off and told I wasn't listening.
Color, you got defensive. Color.
Well, okay, so
cut off and told you wasn't
wait a minute
listening.
here. You just told me to defend myself. What do you think a rebuttal is?
There's a tactful way about going about it.
Oh, Jesus, dude. Are you serious?
It's all respectful, bro. You say it how you want to say it, but it just seems like the same stuff over and over. Nothing wrong with that.
Favorite word, it's semantics.
Wow.
Lewis like to say, it's Cap. I feel like a lot of fans come on here to say, oh, why is it that Tua can't do this? Or why is it that an offensive
he wasn't saying anything disrespectful. He was just
saying, at the end of the day, this
bro.
franchise is not ran by one person.
I understand that, but I still haven't had a chance to separate myself to maybe change the person's opinion. I've just been cut off.
No, you got to be fair, because I'm just going off of what the recent history was. You got defensive and got interrupted him while he was still giving his take.
In our reality, Steven, exactly, Cap. And in our reality, I'm trying to let the guy finish, so actually I could respond for my point. And y'all don't even let Color finish. Y'all cutting Color off, and Wayne was talking. Let Wayne finish so Color can view his point. Then I'm going to say my detractive of what Wayne is going to come, because I still haven't even thought about what he's going to finish about. Let the guy at least finish.
Are you done, Wayne?
I apologize, Wayne. I thought the point was made. I'm sorry. I understood the point without maybe you finishing, and maybe I shouldn't have done that. I apologize for that.
I think the only thing you did wrong, Color, was just get defensive, to be fair.
No, I projected the point, and I understood the point before he finished making it, and I also, again, when a point starts with a false premise, what's the point of listening to the rest of the point?
Well,
is it a false premise because that's your opinion, or is it a false?
No, it's a false premise because it is clear. There is clear a year and a half of evidence of that not being true.
Well, then you give
We have a year.
rebuttal in a.
I got it, Steven. I got it, Steven. I got it, Steven.
All right.
I got you, Steven. I got you, bro. The premise is the definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over and expecting a different
Color
result.
doesn't like that.
Well, Color, I'm gonna Color, you don't like that.
Insanity.
And I'm not trying to come at you. This is not just for you, but this is for the majority of the fans like you that have the same opinion that other fans retract against.
Yeah, a good majority. Don't forget that.
What we're saying is, no, we're okay. Cap, I'm gonna put you in it too because you're the reason why I'm blocked in the chat half the time, and I still haven't come off at you.
Bro, because you come with hypocrisy. What about the same term when it comes to the quarterback?
No, listen.
We can't have
listen. What you guys gotta stop doing is taking your opinion as
Somebody got
facts.
feedback.
You're taking your opinion as facts, and that's not cool. If I really wanted to get dog on you,
and so are you, because the last time I checked, we were 9-9, my brother.
I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to be respectful to Steven's show and to you guys. But you can't take your opinion as
but neither am I. But don't tell me that I'm coming over here and not being factual. We have
So how is it fair to you say? You're basically saying it's my opinion, Color, that this is your opinion.
No. All right.
Because you're assigning an opinion to me.
And the only one that ends it with a fact is actually Cap for Life saying 9-9. That's the only fact that's weird to me.
That's why they get mad, bro. They get mad when I say 9-9.
It's the only reason I'm stopping you, bro, because you're assigning an opinion to me. You can't do that without me stopping you and rebutting.
What's up, Lewis?
All right.
Hey, can I speak now? I've been listening.
We'll go on mute because his feedback is bad.
Yeah, that's horrible. 2 hours and 45 minutes of this show, and it's been absolutely ridiculous. Let me just say that. That's a fact. Pete likes facts. That's a fact. It's been 2 hours and 46 minutes of straight nonsense. All right. Number 2, I only have one simple question, and I'm not accusing nobody. I'm not saying this anybody on the panel. This is just from my opinion, right? Why is it if the team plays bad, right? Mm-hmm. Criticize them, whether it's the team, the whole team, whether it's a player, whether it's whatever, right? If they play well, if it's the whole team or a certain player or whoever, just give them praise and give them credit. Yeah. But it's like what we do and again, I've said it on the Fence Tailgate where I'm a part of, right? I say it on this platform. I say it anywhere I go. I say it on Twitter. Why is it that when every day we come out here and it's the same thing? Well, remember in 2020 in the 7-minute mark and this, who cares? Who cares what happened in 2021?
Sorry, Crypto, that's you. We love you though, but that's Crypto.
Who cares about what? Nobody cares.
That's fine.
9-9 is all we care about. The end results were garbage.
You gonna spin my name so goddamn what?
No, I said
what? I don't know your history. You gotta repeat it.
Hold on. Let Crypto go.
Hold up, Lewis.
Let Crypto go. Let Crypto go.
No, he fucking said it was me.
Don't leave, Lewis. Don't leave, Lewis.
Bro, I'm not even done talking. I hear 8 different people already.
I know.
Like, come on, bro. What are y'all talking about?
I was listening to you, Lewis, but then something happened with Crypto.
And then Lewis wasn't talking about me. So you trying to cross us up?
All right. Hold up. I want to be fair to everybody.
If you're going to cross us up, that's not going to freaking work.
I want to be fair to everybody on this panel because I have a friendship and a relationship with everybody on this panel. I don't know Wayne well enough to know what he's done on other platforms. What I can say is today, I think Wayne came up here very respectful to people. I think he came up here with a good case. I think he came up here with his opinion and projected that and got killed for it. I do want to say that. I don't think he said anything wrong. I don't think he said anything wrong whatsoever today. I'll go back and listen to it all over again. And if I'm wrong, I'll correct myself. But I will say, I don't think Wayne has come up here and said anything wrong. And by the way, the conversation of what I was trying to do, because somebody said, I came here for the love, and Bob said he came here for the love and he's disappointed.
No, he assumed that Lewis was talking about me and he was dead.
I didn't assume that he was talking about you, Color. I'm saying you do bring up a lot of the past in conversations. That's what Lewis is pertaining
See,
to.
there, right there. You just called him color.
Me, though.
That's how it happens, right there, Stephen D. I get
Because he
assigned
does it
everybody
a lot,
else's
bro.
opinion.
He does it a lot. We're used to Color doing that. He's the past guy. We understand what Color
Oh,
is.
give me a
It
break,
wasn't to be
man.
mean. It's
I
what
am
Color
glad I
does.
got a
He
plane
always
ride
brings
I
that
can't
up.
believe you're actually gonna isolate me as the past guy. Are you serious,
Nobody's
bro?
we didn't say you, Color. We said my bad. Crypto. That's what Crypto does. My bad. I get the names wrong.
Okay,
Crypto,
so what?
Color.
Big deal. If you don't know
Color.
the past, you bound to repeat it.
No, ain't nobody has
I
to
love
be
your
honest
history
with
knowledge of the
Crypto
team.
talks about something that was done already and that was put on the field, but you're talking
Isn't
about
that an
hypotheticals.
important
That's
thing
the
about being
difference.
a fan?
You're
Right,
hyping
Knowing
up
the history?
hypotheticals. I'm talking about something that already happened versus you
Exactly.
projecting what.
All right. Here's the
What's
thing.
Y'all
worse,
got it
Wayne?
wrong. Y'all got it wrong. Y'all got
What's
it so
worse,
wrong,
Wayne?
dude.
Talking about fact or talking about hope and
All right,
hopium?
all right. Here we go.
Listen, what is wait, I got it, Stephen. Let me answer that. What is sports? Sports is about hope. Hoping your team does better than the last year they did. And
Now,
the
why do
thing
people
is,
question my hope, bro? Because I've made it clear over and over again for a year and a half.
I never question your hope, and I never will.
So when we say we hope the quarterback plays
appreciate
well,
that.
why
Appreciate
you
that, Wayne.
Ain't about
All
hope.
right, you guys are going to get mad at me for this, but I don't care. I'm just kicking everybody off for a second because y'all need to calm down. Y'all need to calm down. Okay? Calm down. The fact of the conversation, gentlemen, and we'll see who drops off first. I hope nobody does because I'm bringing y'all back on, was I just wanted to have a conversation about people's viewpoints and respecting them more. I believe that Wayne came up here in a very respectful manner. There's a way to debate and rebuttal if you do not agree with something. Not get defensive, not interrupt. You know, I think that on a panel, there's times where you interrupt as a joke and you make a little sling, and it's all in good fun. It's all Wiling Out Tuesday and Wiling Out Wednesday stuff. It's all in good fun. But I don't think anybody here was being disrespectful. I think that some of the people on the panel may have gotten, I don't want to say defensive, but definitely that it would they felt attacked. How about that? They felt attacked. And I don't think there was any such thing going on in this particular case. I think there was, hey, look, I believe that this person does that. That's part of the debate. That's part of a panel. And then you rebuttal. Hey, look, I know you might see me that I do that, but here's why I don't believe that I'm like that. X, Y, and Z. You keep going. That's how a debate works. You let the person go. You say, hey, look, I hear your point. This is what you're saying. Here's why I disagree. X, Y, and Z. That's how a debate and panel works. Everybody wants me to do a debate and panel show more often. And they wonder why I don't. Because people get upset over stupid shit. It is fun. This is a family. Family. Be happy. Don't be upset. I'm going to bring everybody back on. And I love you all. Don't be mad at me.
Hey, Steven, I didn't do it this time.
You didn't. It wasn't you this time. It wasn't you, Robert.
Can I just say, I appreciate what Wayne just said, recognizing that he does see me and recognize my hope. I appreciate that very much. And I would just say, first of all, if you really have the viewpoint that I harp and that I do this, you know, my show is all about the same thing Pete does all the time, then I would just invite you to either watch it more often or even come on it. I'll let you have my show for an hour. You can change the nature of my content if you want. You understand what I'm saying, bro? I'm not trying to be like that.
Color,
if that's the viewpoint you have of me, bro.
Hold on, Wayne. I want to kind of what's the word when you have a debate? The middle person. What, guys, help me out here. I know this word. Moderator. Let me moderate this. Thank you. Come on, guys. You're making me look like I don't know words, and I know words. I don't read the dictionary like somebody like Color does every day, but I know words, guys. Okay. Look, moderator. Let me moderate this. I don't believe, Color, that he was saying he wanted to change your narrative. I think he's saying this is what I perceive your narrative to be. Let's debate. Let's have a conversation about it. That's what I think all it was.
I understand, but if he's equating it to two other gentlemen, that's looping me into a lot of opinions that I don't share.
And again,
I don't want to loop you
hold
into
on, Wayne.
that,
I got this. I got this. I'm gonna moderate. I'm gonna get there.
All right, for sure.
I don't think he was saying that you guys had the same thoughts. He said the way you guys break down thoughts are similar.
What's the is that still not looping me in with the actions of two other men?
No matter how you spin it, he looped us in.
Unfortunately, yeah, it does.
All right, so
I don't want
so
to.
here's a fair statement, gentlemen. We might view it differently, and that's fair. I view it as he wasn't saying that you guys were alike or that you guys all had the same thought process or the same thoughts. He said your thought process and how you guys break down stuff was very similar, and I think that's just a semantics thing about how you
and that is not fair. So how are you even starting with a fair debate for me not to interject right there and shut down that narrative?
Because I don't in my
But it's his opinion.
Right. So in my opinion, I just want to preface that I don't think that was an attack, and you're making it seem like it's an attack.
I'm not saying it was, bro.
Hey, real quick, let me interject here too, bro. Since my name's being brought up,
in fair conversation, I think I'm justified in stopping and pausing right there to correct that.
Because if Color doesn't want to be involved with my name or Pete's name, he shouldn't have to be. But damn it, don't try to single me and Pete out. Do not try to single me and Pete out when the majority of the past 3 years we have been on point and people do not like it. Now, we are Dolphin fans, and we also say give us hope in the quarterback aspect, but y'all get mad when we bring up the quarterback. So don't come at me and tell me it's about hope when me and Pete keep saying we hope the quarterback plays well and y'all get butthurt.
That's it. I gave up, Kat. I gave up on him. I want that guy off the squad now. He's shown me what I thought. Kat,
I don't need nobody to be on my side or Pete's side. But no, ain't nobody gonna tell me my point don't matter when your narrative hasn't worked the past 3 years.
That's it. That's it. I don't need to blend in with anybody. Last year,
do y'all guys know there's such a narrative as loud and wrong?
Year.
Loud and wrong.
Last year was the prove it year. Last year was Tua's. He needs to play a full year.
Yeah, if you're not loud, you're always going to be wrong. You're right, Wayne. If you're not loud, you're always going to be wrong.
Last year was a progressive year. Y'all wanted to see if Tua actually.
Man, stop with the excuses, Wayne, bro. That's why you got blocked, bro. Because you come with this
Tua could play a full year.
It was good having you up here, Paul. I appreciate you, man. Have a good day.
Have a good one, Paul.
Hey, I understand.
Last year, by definition, is also history. Last year is also history, Wayne, by definition. So why are you talking about
it? At least let Paul have a last word.
Look, I just got to say, I understand where y'all are coming from with Tua and stuff, but at the same time, he should have never been played that first year, not even coming off of a serious injury.
That still does.
Brian Flores' fault.
And I can trump you by saying he should have got
looking to the past?
No, in the hell it ain't.
Is that not looking to the past?
Paul, did you finish? Because all I heard was Brian Flores.
I'm just asking the question.
Continue, Paul.
Look, everybody has their own opinion, and it's your opinion. It's his opinion, the way he sees you, Color, and Pete and stuff. It doesn't mean he's right. It doesn't mean he's wrong. It's his opinion. That's why we're all here.
That's why it don't bother me.
That's what we're asking for.
And respectfully, if he has an opinion about me, he needs to address me in kind and not loop me with two other gentlemen.
Okay, I have no problem with doing that, Color. But when I actually try to speak to you, everyone else jumps in when I'm speaking about.
I'm with you, brother, on that. I'm with you on that. I'm just trying, you know.
Yeah, I feel you.
This is why I get looped in with everybody's opinions in the first place, because this is what happens.
I am sticking around for a little bit because I still want to talk some.
The same thing.
But I got to tell you,
go ahead, Paul.
Got to have some hope this year. Now, how many of y'all were at the home games last year?
I was.
Okay.
I went to some.
Okay.
I went to some road games and I went to some home games.
Okay. How many of y'all are so-called Tua haters?
Not me.
Lewis, you better raise your hand, Lewis.
Right here, baby.
Ain't nobody over here hate that man. That man's a father, a husband, and a son. Nobody hates that man whatsoever.
That's what it depends on your definition of hater. Because look, hold on. Depends on your definition of hater.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends on the definition too.
Were you at the
I'm
home game?
objective
That's a
is
strong
what
word.
I am.
Nah, man, hate's a
Home
strong
game,
word, bro.
Anybody at the games during the 5-game winning streak? Because if you were,
I was at the game during part of the losing streak. I went to a game.
Okay,
Well,
but-
obviously, you
Yeah, I
already
was
said
at
you were a season
115.
ticket holder, so we know you were at every game. But how many people were at the Vikings game?
I was.
Bro,
and
I was
hated
there
that
at
game.
115. I don't understand the point,
I
though.
was there.
I was there.
There
I
was
mean,
a
why
lot
are
of
we even
Vikings
asking
fans.
that
Yeah.
question?
The question is,
Fandom.
how many of y'all stayed quiet when the whole crowd started chanting MVP for Tua?
I'll be right back.
I don't remember that chant.
In the Vikings game, there was no chant for Tua MVP.
No, not in the Vikings game. But he's just
There was
talking in
there was
general,
MVP chants in the
He
49ers
wasn't even
game in
playing
the
in the
first
Vikings
pass.
game. What they chanting MVP for?
Remember the
Guys,
first
he's
pass of the
he's talking in
49ers game?
general.
The
He's talking about in
MVP
general when
chant?
fans were calling him
MVP.
That's what he
Hey, they
said.
chanted MVP
They wasn't chanting
in
MVP at the
California.
games that I
Yes,
was
they
going
were.
at.
Yeah.
They were
Not
chanting
in that
MVP
not
in the
even in that
49ers
Ravens
game.
game they wasn't, because that was a road game.
I can only
Yes,
speak
they
for my
were.
section because that's the only cheering I can hear unless it becomes stadium wide, which it didn't.
And it didn't in Baltimore neither, because that was a road game.
Yeah, I understand that, but there was a lot of that MVP chant in the stadium, especially on the 5-game winning streak for Tua to be MVP. And you can't tell me people are going to sit there beside you when everyone else is chanting MVP, even if you're a hater, that you did not chant.
But why does MVP? But Paul, I asked this to
I
let
get
you
it.
go.
I get it. I guess you got me, bro. You got a box I didn't check, man. You nailed it. I didn't chant MVP at the stadium.
No, he's
you
not
got me,
saying
bro.
that.
You can chant
Extirpate me from the
MVP, but
fan
when
base.
people vote,
Now extirpate me from the fan base and call me a
I don't think
bandwagoner.
he's saying you're not a
I'm
fan
not
because
saying,
of
I'm
it.
not extricating you from the fan base.
That's so.
What I'm
Well,
trying
you're
to tell
sitting
you
here
is-
defining what makes a real
No, he's
fan. I don't
not.
know, man.
No, I did
What are
not.
you really trying to say?
I did
What
not
you
say anything
guys-
about defining.
So
what
people
makes
chanted
a real
MVP
fan.
like crazy, but when the votes came out, what happened to all those vote tallies in Florida?
Exactly. No, I know what happened. Because at the time we were on a 5-game
Tua got
winning
hurt.
streak.
Pat
Y'all
Mahomes
a
kept
mess.
killing it.
Y'all be putting yourselves in boxes that y'all don't realize y'all putting yourselves in.
He's
But
really
I-
not. The
I
thing
am a
is,
fan
y'all
through
putting
thick
him in
and
the box
thin.
because
I am
that's
not
what y'all
a-
think he's doing.
I am not
But
a
it's
Tua
okay.
hater, but I'm not a Tua hater. I am a Dolphins fan. I support
Thank you.
all the
Tell him,
Dolphins
Paul.
players.
Oh, that's right. You were trying to define what a hater was.
No, he didn't. try to
Somebody
define
that
what a
doesn't
hater
chant
was.
MVP in the stadium this year.
but this is the thing. MVP.
When they were cheering for Tua when we were going on that run, what he's saying was, were you guys just sitting back and smiling like, all right, go ahead, do your thing, Tua?
I don't know. Why don't you ask Andrevius what I was doing after those games? Why don't you ask Andrevius and Lewis what I was doing after those games?
Dodge the actual question.
Does
not participating in that action define you as not being a fan?
Like the meme, the guy.
He never defined y'all not being fans. He's asking were you guys still being fans.
And then the point of that, I'm not engaging in this conversation anymore because it's not even fair to ask me these damn questions.
How is it not fair?
The point of that exercise,
like I said, if you want an answer to your questions, you ask Andrevius or Lewis. They can tell you what I was doing at those games after those
Because they're
games.
going to give a better definitive and more structural answer. That's what you're saying.
Lewis,
Or
did
is it
you have
because
Wawa,
you
Lewis?
feel like we're coming at you? Nobody's coming at you. We're just trying.
You have Wawa?
Paul's
I
answering
don't
a
even know
simple
what's
question.
going on.
Okay, again,
Where do you
define
guys
hater.
stand
the question
Then
is trying to get to
define
the bottom
hater.
line of the question.
Then
Wayne. That's what we're
define
trying to get
hater.
to.
I don't care
Then
anymore.
define hater.
We're not talking
You're
about
not
Okay,
gonna
you
ruin
want
my
me to answer that,
time.
Color?
I'm about to go down to Florida. Lewis, are you
You want
coming
me to
to
answer that?
the
We
event?
we're just trying to get to the bottom line of the question.
This weekend, you talking about Dolphin?
No, I'm talking about see. All right, hold on. Let me pause. Let me promote this real quick. Wednesday night, Miami Sports Music Veza Soar watch party. Game 3, Miami Heat, Denver Nuggets. Come there.
snap, Lewis.
RSVP on Tail Greeter. It starts
And
at
for the
8 p.m.
record,
and it's
Geno
$10.
Smith was in MVP conversations for
Do you
more than
not
3/4
see
of the season.
Do you not hear me doing a promo? Rizzo? What the hell? Shush.
Man, bunch of rude people up here.
I know, man.
My
Sitting here
bad,
trying to
Steven. I
promote
just
the
like to put that in perspective about
If you
MVP
wait
talk.
till I'm done.
So was Geno Smith.
Go in timeout for 1 minute till I finish my promo. You sit in the back. You're in timeout. I don't even put people in timeout like this. But come on, Crypto. Anyways, Miami Sports Music Veza Soar watch party. Game 3. come there, buy your RSVP raffle tickets on Tail Greeter right now. Just type in Miami Sports Music Veza Store Watch Party, and you'll see the one for the hockey and the one for the basketball. Every $10 gets you a raffle ticket. We have them. You can buy them individually, 10. You can buy them in a 6-pack. You can buy them in a 13-pack. The tickets, it'll be all done electronically. Okay. You do not have to be present to win. Despite what this sign says, we changed that. I need to actually update it, which I've already done. I just didn't update it in here yet. But if you win and you're not present and you want to gift the tickets to somebody, you can do that. It helps support the channel. It helps support Tail Greeter. It helps support being able to do this again in the future for Dolphins games. So even if you're not a hockey or a basketball fan, guys, $10. $10. Go on Tail Greeter right now. Hit the RSVP. Buy a couple of them. You know, let's get this going so that we can do this more often. And yeah, so we're giving away a pair of tickets to Game 4 of the NBA Finals on Wednesday night, and we're giving a pair of tickets to Game 4 of the NHL Finals on Thursday night. Solo D, myself will be there. DJ Tropic 2.0 on the ones and twos. Sinbad Sports is going to be there. There'll be drink specials, food specials, everything. So I hope to see you all there. Make sure you go to Tail Greeter and RSVP. You have to RSVP on Tail Greeter. So make sure y'all go do that now. Miami Sports Music Veza Store Watch Party.
And that's tomorrow night?
That's tomorrow night and Thursday. I'm flying down tomorrow.
I'm in Davie right now, so I'll be heading back.
Damn, Steven, I might show up at the airport with a sign. Daniels, and like be like, just hand you a couple of copies or something.
I want that. Maybe.
Yo, hey, can I explain maybe why
he
it
wants
seems
that
like,
color? Give it to him.
Can I explain to everybody why it seems like I'm feeling attacked, bro? Okay, because Wayne acts like he don't watch your show. Okay, Wayne acts like he's never seen me do anything but whatever he equated to me doing with it. You know, Pete and Cap do all the time. How I deliver or whatever, or how I bring it, however you put it. Okay, and then proceeded to question, you know, or at least define a hater, or at least the other gentleman did, Paul, defined a hater as somebody who wasn't cheering MVP at the stadium, right? And then questioned what I do at the stadium, right? And all I can remember is sitting at your table behind your mic at several games.
You did.
Did I sound like a hater then? Or was Wayne not watching those particular shows?
No, I never even known Wayne was around the way.
So I find it disingenuous for him to sit here and say he acts like my content's one way.
But Color, did Wayne click the link through Facebook or something? I'm like,
no, I thought it was Wayne D. And that's not
when
Wayne
has
D.
Wayne been around?
So let me say,
if I wasn't at the game, I definitely was watching the
Hold on,
shows.
guys. Here's the problem with defending or attacking each other on this.
I'm going back to work. Love y'all. Peace.
No, you're doing final thoughts of the day here, Lucy, but you're staying on.
I gotta go.
No, you can't. You don't have to go. Where do you got to go to?
To make money.
You watch
Can't
the
sit up here
world
and-
burn for an hour and then you just walk away?
Listen, I can't sit up here and keep arguing about 2020, all right? COVID was a motherfucker. I'm just going to throw that out. That was my 2 cents. There you go. You want to know something about 2020? COVID sucks. COVID sucked back in 2020. There you go. You want to talk about 2020.
Hey,
Love you guys.
hashtag,
That's my final thought.
don't rewind 2020. Don't run it back 2020.
2020, we should go. What if we actually one of these days have a 28 color? Color, can we do a 2020 redraft soon on one of your episodes? That'll be good to do.
All right, so
A 2020 redraft. I wonder if Tua goes back to Miami.
So here's the thing. Okay, the problem with defending or attacking or defending yourself or someone else is you most people, not everybody, take it either personal or get personal with it, and then you never get to the crux of the issue. And the crux of the issue is having a strong conversation, saying, "Hey, look, I see it like this, and I think that you're like this. Well, let me tell you why I'm not, and let's get to the real crux of it, because then you shut everything down after that conversation, because you're either going to see it the same way or see it from the other person's point of view, or let bygones be bygones and say, hey, look, we had a conversation. I respect you. You respect me. We just don't see things the same way. And that's fine. But to have to just go, like, it just doesn't make sense. That's why I have always said, look, have a good like what I think ultimately should be done with Wayne and Color and just that situation, guys. I would love for Wayne to go on Color's show on.
Well, upon realizing that's what was happening, Stephen D, that's why I invited him to. That was genuine.
Yeah,
I'll give him an hour. I'll let him host my show by himself. Here, man, have an hour.
It's not about hosting. It's about you two having a good conversation.
And I didn't mean like changing my narrative or anything like that. I meant if he perceives my content to be stale in the way that it sounds like I'm just constantly doing it from this angle and whatever else.
Wayne ever said that your content.
No, maybe I'm okay. That's not what I meant. You know what I meant though. Like if he sees that I'm doing something constantly a certain way that he don't agree with, come up and do it a different way. I invite you to.
Color, to be fair, I get that's what you didn't mean by that, but if somebody else said that towards you, you would have been like, I never said it wasn't stale. So I just want you to realize there's two, sides.
Well, he did actually criticize my show.
I didn't criticize your show. I don't think
for the first moment we went one-on-one, you said, yeah, my content is always, my show is always about this.
No, I didn't say your show. I say every time you come on this show.
Okay. Apologies, then I misheard you there.
The thing is, fellas, me and Steven has talked outside of the show. I know for a fact, just like reasons. All of you guys are probably real cool people on the outside. It's just the fact that what sports does to us as humans, we go freaking crazy over it, bro. And
we're like crack fiends over it.
Look, and I just want to say,
Dolphins.
All I ever try to do for everybody is defend their logic if it's sound. You know what I mean?
Right.
Pete could be completely wrong. I could think Pete's completely wrong, but I'm going to defend his logic if it's sound.
Right.
Well,
now,
I
that's
will
okay.
tell you,
That's okay to do, Color, but what if I don't agree?
Not putting you and Wayne.
Then if your logic is sound, I'll defend it too. That's why I'm saying. I mean,
the problem is when you put in logic, people bring insults and try to beat down your logic.
How it works.
Exactly. They don't take it as a learning point or a teaching point. They teach it to dog someone up there.
There is still the subjectivity of what I consider to be logical. Sure, I get that, but that's why I'm not trying to beat nobody down or constantly harp on the same thing, bro. And I don't want to be looped into other people's opinions. That's all.
That's I respect that, and
I got plenty of track record out there to prove that I'm not that way, bro.
I feel you, Cully. It was never my intention,
but
I'm just speaking from. I watch this show faithfully and gracefully every morning. I'm at work. I'm a fire sprinkler inspector, and I'm the drum major for the Heat Street Band. So when I get off of work, I'm heading to the arena.
You're a drummer, man.
No. I said I'm the drum major. I'm the performer. I'm the entertainer that dances.
Right.
Well, Wayne,
I'm gonna see you on.
Oh, I remember Wayne. He came up one time.
You ain't gonna say nothing to me when you come to the game, but I believe.
Now that you said that, Wayne, now I remember you from one time on the show.
I'm gonna see you, cuz.
And I go on streaks too where I'm hypercritical or hyperbolic or being lazy or whatever. But
tell me where you are during the game, pregame, during the game, whatever. I promise you, I will come see you on Friday night at the game.
For sure, we're waiting for our confirmation from Claire today. We should be on East Concourse tomorrow night. If not, we'll be there Saturday night for the next game. But
no, I thought it was Wednesday and Friday night.
It's Wednesday and Friday. No, is it Friday or Saturday?
Wednesday,
Friday. Wednesday, Friday. My bad. Wednesday and Friday is every other night. Yeah. So if not tomorrow night, we should be there on Friday.
Well, I will be at Game 4. I'm hosting the watch party at Veza for Game 3.
Lady, but
you're gonna be at the Beach Bash, Steven.
For sure. I love my job performing. I love my job of performing for the Heat for the last 9 years, and I've been to 3 championship parades. I just want to see my Dolphins do that. I have the same passion you guys have. Trust me, for our Dolphins, when we finally get there, it's just that everybody's opinion, which in human reality, your opinion can't be based on my opinion, can't be facts to your thoughts. That's just my opinion, and it's vice versa for you guys. But at the end of the day,
vice versa.
On this show. We can fuss on the show, and Cap, me and you don't win at it back and forth. I know for a fact, Cap told me go try out this food place, and I'm like, I checked it out, and it actually is good. but that don't mean that I still can't disagree with his Dolphin takes.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
It's out of respect
Exactly,
of
bro.
letting
I just
people
don't
have their
understand why the venomness and the nastiness comes out just because of one player. I don't disagree with the 52 other guys. I think we're on point, but one player divides everybody.
I think the visceral thought process of why everybody harps on just this one player for the team is why y'all get so much flack. It's not saying that you're not wrong for saying Tua got to stay healthy.
Yeah, bro, and I'm
As a
not
Dolphin
afraid to
fan,
go against the
he
grain, bro,
does.
especially for something I find
does.
passionate. I'm
But
sorry. I grew up across the street from that stadium, bro. You're not going to tell me I'm not a fan when I wake up every morning and walk by that place, bro.
Hey,
I never questioned that. What I'm saying is, I as a fan.
You're not a fan, Cap. I said it. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Cap?
Okay. Yeah.
What you gonna do, Cap?
What I'm saying,
Yeah.
I can't speak to everyone else. But what I'm saying, Cap, is the way you come off, and you it's like when you want to prove your point, you have to yell and you got to get loud. Pete does it too. It's like that's why.
Hey, but it sticks to your head, right? It sticks to your brain, right?
It kind of sounds, the monkey that has the two symbols that crashes. That's what it sounds like to some of us when y'all just keep going on.
I wouldn't take it that far. All I'm saying is a man that's on an island trying to be heard. I'm trying to
y'all been talking. But Cap, they've been talking and whispering very nice for years and polite. They've been so polite over the years, but where has that gotten them anyways? But go ahead, Wayne. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me ask Paul real quick. Paul, out of all the years you've been a fan, have you ever seen the amount of dysfunction, but the amount of expectations in one season coming up now? Have you ever seen this?
Sorry, go ahead, Paul.
The expectation right now is unreal compared to what it has been in the last 20 years, at least.
Exactly.
In the 80s and 90s, there was high expectations, and we just failed. To me, Marino never had a complete team, even though he was one of the
96,
greatest. He was always lacking somewhere in one way or another, though. Either defense or offense. And some years it was both, Right now, the expectations are insurmountable to where some people are expecting us to go 17-0 this coming year. My opinion, on paper, we're a great team, but we got to be able to gel as a team at the same time.
Exactly.
And like I was trying to say earlier, I'm not a Tua hater. I'm not a Tua fan. And what the question was earlier, if you were a Tua hater and everyone around you is hollering MVP, are you going to sit there and be quiet, or are you going to sit there and chant MVP along with them?
That was his question. Yep.
I'm
again. I'm not a hater, and I'm not going to chant it. What? Okay. I don't understand the question.
Okay. No.
The question doesn't compute to me, I guess.
What part? But Paul,
that's just me.
Paul, hold on.
Personally, that's just me.
But Paul, you said you've been a fan for 50 years, right? You said you've been a fan for 50 years, right, Paul? I'm a fan since the year 2000. Since the year 2000. So I never got to see Marino live, right? No, but that's fine. So, but I know for sure. I remember everything pretty much since the year 2000. I was 10 years old. I remember everything there pretty much as a fan, right?
And I'm sorry for you. You've had a shitty 20 years.
20 years, yes, we have. Tell them.
So this is what I'm trying to explain. Exactly my point. So how someone that's grown through the worst part of these 10 years, but you guys that grew up through the Marino eras can sit here. It's totally different. You guys didn't win anything, Paul. What did you guys win?
That's not your fault, though, Pete. It's not your fault,
we went undefeated.
No, I'm not saying it's my fault. But where does we have to be positive because Tua is in MVP conversations when Paul clearly said he's been a fan for 50 years. Check this out. And it's been the same because me recently has been thinking, man, December is a problem for this team. But Paul came on and says, for 50 years, it's been a problem.
For 15 years, it's been a problem. So that's what he's saying, Pete.
Yes.
He's saying
that's what a historical reference come in at. If you keep blindly not referencing that, then you won't know how to go
but we
forward.
can't accept it either. We can't give it a free pass.
I love what crypto
accept it. And there's a reason why the negativity is flowing around.
You know what it is, Pete? Just like me, the last 20 years, we've been hurt from the team thinking, okay, this is finally the year. This is finally the year. And it's never happened. Now what we're saying is what Paul has been through, he's seen what a good team looks like. He's saying that's what we have now. What every other fan is excited about is why don't you guys feel that same way when we're actually seeing what the old heads have seen in the past?
But see,
it's happening now.
You see, that's where
you're missing what Paul said when he was saying about when he was saying those teams are good in the past. He also mentioned the disappointment of those teams, and he's cautioning people not to. You're going to be disappointed as well if you don't pay attention to what's really going on.
Lower your expectations. I get it. I get what you're saying.
There's people out there right now thinking, "Oh, we're going to go 17-0. We're going to go 13-4."
Yes, Solo D thinks we're going
right,
17-0.
right. Paul, and I predicted 13-4 last year. So why would I change my mind this year?
That's your opinion. That's what you're saying. You're saying nothing improved to you. If you're going to change,
what I'm saying is I expect the improvements we made to fulfill my expectation from last year.
Okay,
I mean, Color want to see that 13-4 record actually happen this year, and not saying it won't, but at the same time, Color's not stupid. He's saying I expect. He hopes for the best.
I recognize what we've built,
and that's what
Tua would have to purposely throw interceptions to screw up what we built.
No,
right.
and
the cornerbacks will have to get hurt all over again, and the linebackers will have to get hurt all over again, and the offensive line will have to not stay healthy.
Right, and I don't necessarily, I don't speak on my takes and my expectations on that happening. You know what I mean?
All right, guys, I need to do final thoughts.
Final thoughts?
Yep. Hold on,
Let me just answer Paul's question. I'm out of here.
Hold on. What I'd like to do before I tell you, before we go, is if y'all can donate at least $10, go to tailgreeter.com, type in Miami Sports Music Veza Watch Party, and get your electronic raffle ticket to win Game 4 tickets to the NBA or NHL Finals, or both, whichever one you want to do. So go to Tailgreeter, type in Miami Sports Music Veza Watch Party, go to either the basketball or the hockey, or go to both. Get your tickets. You can get 1, you can get 6, you can get 13, whatever you want to do. Even if you are not able to go and you win, you can gift. And I will tell you what, if you win and you can't go and you gift it to somebody, I will give you 2 tickets to any of the away games that I'm hosting or any of the home games next year if you win. And can't go to the NBA or NHL Finals, and you gift it to somebody, I will make sure that I take care of you with a pair of tickets to the Dolphins later on this season somewhere. So please, and the reason I'm doing that, I want to do this, is because Tailgreeter and Lime said if we have a great response from this, that we can do more stuff like this. And right now, I only have 48 hours to really get this thing going, and I'm not doing a show tomorrow, so I need y'all's help. So I've never really, I've always asked for, donations or whatever, but I need help in order to get this done, to make this a big thing. So please do it, guys. It's a big deal. I will make sure that I will take care of you, even if you are not able to go to Game 4 of the NHL or NBA Finals. I will take care of you, whether it's Philly, Baltimore, DC, or it's any of the home games in Miami this year. I will get you 2 tickets to a game if you win and you gift your tickets. If you win and you want to come hang out. You get to watch the game with Solo D and myself. But I want to see you guys there, and it's big. So please do that. All right. I'm putting the links into the chat. They are in the description below. Yeah, we're gonna do final thoughts of the day. We'll start with Pete. Go ahead, Pete.
Thank you, Steven, and shout out to everything you got. I hope all your goals come in and we hit that. I mean, we got to find a way, like you said, man. If Steven is out here asking for help, let's find a way to help our guy. He does this every single day, and we appreciate everything you do. And all of us, I bet, feel the same way. But Paul, my thing is, I want to answer your question. You said, what if Tua is in the same scenario as last year for MVP conversations, right, in mid-season? Are you going to be cheering or are you going to be quiet? And I must admit, because I've been thinking about it, and I have to admit, and everybody here knows my answer, even the guys in the chat know my answer, I'm going to be silent. Not because I don't like the guy and I don't believe it, but the majority is, it feels like, because I've been saying this for years, Paul, This is an organization that the fan base loves to cheer during the off season. But once the season happens, especially late in the season in December when football really matters, we tend to disappear. And that's the problem. That's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? When you're playing Monopoly, you want to pass go to collect. It feels like we keep getting sent to jail. We're never past that part when it comes to the end, Paul. We don't pass go. We don't collect the 200 because at the end, something happens. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's Tannehill, he buckles at his knee with non-contact, whatever happens. Something at the end. So Tua could be doing good early on in the season. I won't feel like it's going to be good until the season ends. He needs to finish a full season. Let's be honest, Paul. The guy, he's never done it.
That's fact,
so that's right.
He needs to stay healthy. That's 100% fact.
Thank you, guys. That was my final thoughts. I hope you guys had a great day today. I'm going to find you guys somewhere else, I bet. But have a blessed day. Catch you guys later.
I love you, man. Thank you. I really do love you. I really
I'm
do.
going to go next real quick,
Love all of
Stevie
you
D,
guys.
because I
Thank
wanted to piggyback off something that Pete said, because I also wanted to clarify something.
Hold on, Pete.
Sorry.
I love you.
I'm
Pete.
here. I love you guys, man. Steven, keep it
Later,
up.
Pete.
Never stop. And Cutter, keep it up, man. All of you guys. I love you, all of you guys. Stay blessed. Bye.
All right, Pete.
So, like, I just wanted to clarify something I said earlier. Maybe I was being flippant. I said I wouldn't be chanting MVP. Now, what I meant to say was, see, Pete just changed what the answer to the question was. He said he wouldn't be cheering. He'd be silent. I'd absolutely be cheering. Would I be chanting MVP? Well, that all depends on Tua. I might be. You know what I mean? It depends on what he shows me and whether I feel like that's warranted for myself to chant or not. You know what I mean?
And that's reasonable.
You know, but what just happened right there is people will be like, Color's on Pete's side, and Pete said he wouldn't be cheering.
No.
See how I get looped in? You know what I mean?
Nah, don't loop yourself in, man.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to be funny now, but yo, check this out, guys. I actually was on way too long, but you know, I ain't been on Stephen D's show in a while, so I figured I'd give him some old grace. And hey, man, great cause you got going on. I'm gonna try to drum up some bucks to help donate. I encourage everybody to, and I'll be what I've been putting on hold while I was on your show was I've been compiling last year's wide receiver stats, right? And going through all of them, basically kind of making my own little calculus as to, you know, who, putting aside their careers, who production wise were the top 25 receivers last year. And I'm about halfway through compiling all the stats to be able to plug it into the color culator. You all remember the color culator. I replaced the color culator 1. I've got the color culator 2. Because
solar powered.
Yeah, I spilled coffee on the other one when I broke my coffee cup. My favorite coffee cup, by the way. And so I'm about halfway through compiling the numbers. Once the color culator spits out an answer, it has spoken, and it'll tell us who the top 25 receivers were based on production last year alone. So look forward to that tomorrow morning. I will have it ready for tomorrow morning's show, which you can hear me. You can find me over, you know where, the Fence Tailgate in the morning at 8 o'clock, right before your show. I hope to be able to.
I won't be on tomorrow. I'll be on.
That's right. You're not on. So maybe I actually have a little more flexibility.
Color, why don't you take the whole morning tomorrow?
Well, you know, then I can actually allow me to get started maybe an hour later and, you know,
get up, relax, take a
you
cup
know,
of
yeah.
coffee,
But that also will allow me the flexibility of maybe opening a panel so everybody can discuss what my top 25 list shows of wide receivers. So far, halfway through the compiling, boy, Tyreek Hill's making a run, man. He really is, man. You know what I mean? He's really, like, from what I'm looking, jotting down everybody's numbers. I think he's locked up number 2, but he's challenging old Justin Jefferson for number 1, man. And Justin Jefferson may not even be the guy.
Jefferson too.
Well, we'll see what happens. It's all up to the color culator, but we'll see. Justin Jefferson got a lot of 1s and 2s. Surprisingly, another player that's got a lot of single digits next to him
Hey,
as far as the way I'm doing things is Amari Cooper. So look for that in the morning. Love you, Stephen D. Love everybody on the panel, man. Even though it sounds like I hate. Take it easy.
Bye.
All right, go.
All right, go.
Who wants to go next?
I'm just going to do final thoughts. After listening to another panel show today and all the arguing and all the other things that are going on in life, can we have a show sometime that actually focuses on football instead of feelings? Because everybody's trapped into their feelings and are all upset. And really what you ought to do is talk realistically about where your team is in comparison to the other teams in its division, secondly, in their conference, and improvements that are still available to be made. Instead of just going through all of this arguing about he said, she said, maybe somebody said, maybe somebody misheard, and it's damaging the show. It's damaging the amount of listeners that you have. And I think if you just got back to a football-related show, it might be much better off. I appreciate the panel, but I don't appreciate this silliness that goes on a daily basis. And you have a great day.
Who wants to go next?
Well, Stephen, I got to say I love your show. I'm new at all this. I started my own show where it's just fans talking about Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
In West Coast Florida Dolphins. I'm new at doing a lot of this stuff. I appreciate you. And our motto is peace, love, and fins up. So that's all I got to say. I'll be on again sometime soon.
I appreciate it, man. Hey, share the links to the. I know it's not Dolphins related, but you could, what it is, because if they win and they gift, they can get a pair of Dolphins tickets.
Yeah.
So if you could share that on your thing,
I will
greatly.
I will. Yep.
Hit me up on Facebook and I'll send you the photos and stuff.
I've tried. I've sent you an invite to it.
No, I'm talking about send me a message.
Okay.
Send me a message.
No problem, Stephen. Thank you.
Man. I appreciate it, man. Be good.
Yep.
All right, Paul.
All right, Paul.
Cruddo, I'll let you go last because you're the OG. So I'll go first.
Final
thought.
All right.
Now, Cruddo, first off, I laugh at you because you're like my uncle, my old school uncle. His name is Calvin, who talks the same way you do.
Uncle
has
Crypto.
The same knowledge.
I like
he is Uncle Crypto to me. I mean, we ain't got too many vets that, even though we might not agree with Crypto on a lot of things, he does have the knowledge of this football team. So people can hate on it as
You are
much.
giving Crypto way too much credit, man.
I give people credit when, like I said, some of his thoughts be delusional as heck, but
they do.
He still throw facts on certain things. You can't hate on it. Now, final thoughts with this team, everybody. As fans, we gotta understand it's okay to have an opinion of not agreeing with every other fan or not agreeing with what the team is doing, because one, we want to see our team ball out. Who doesn't? That's what sports is. It's hope that our team turn it up and do what we as fans expect them to do. It doesn't go that way all the time. But I personally, I have a life, and I know most of you people, I know all of you people have a life.
Yeah.
And I do not let sports define me. I don't let me performing for the Miami Heat define me. I done been on BT Awards. I done a lot of stuff, and I'm still humble enough to realize not everything is going to go the way you want it. As a fan, you just got to accept that. It doesn't go the way you want it to, but there's hope that it will this year, because we've never seen it. Like, we all say that, and as we think about it, we've never seen a team like this. It's actually true. We have two head coaches, one that runs the offense and one that runs the defense. We have a defense who can beat top 5, but we got to see that head coach of the defense turn them up to be top 5. We had a rookie head coach last year who was our offensive coordinator, turned the bottom rank offense and Tua into a top 6 offense. Even with the injuries from the defense, the injuries to the offensive weapons, and the concussions that Tua had last year. Not injuries, because he actually had a full year somewhat without injuries. He just had concussions. Everybody in the NFL does it. I don't know. I mean, has it. It's not like this is the first time any quarterback has had concussions. But into what I'm saying, guys, this is the time where you should be excited. It's okay to be excited, and it's still okay to be a little afraid, a little timid to be like, all right, let's see if they actually get it. But don't go hating on every other fan that doesn't agree with what you say, because all that does with yelling and trying to get your point out, it shows that you don't have stability as a person to really talk amongst your fellow fans about the team that we both love. We all love the same team, y'all. So let's root for them, even through the bad times. Get on them when they need to get it right, and root on them when they're actually doing good. And that includes the QB, y'all, because we ain't got nobody else. Skylar Thompson is not ready yet. I never say he's not bad. He's just not ready yet. Tua is, but my boy Tua got to stay healthy, just like everybody else on the team needs to stay healthy. The defense don't get hurt. Secondary, we ball out. The offensive line stays straight. Terran Armstead, Connor Williams, everybody sign their contracts. We should ball out. There's nothing stopping this team from doing what they need to do. The team, not just Tua, not just X, not just Jalen. The team needs to play ball this year. That's all I got to say, everybody. I can't wait for tomorrow. Yeah. Steven, I hope we do play tomorrow. Crypto, love your fam, even though I don't know you personally. We all Dolphin fans, bro. That's all that matters to the end of the day. Keep checking, y'all.
Be easy, appreciate man. It. I appreciate it, man.
I already know.
Appreciate it. Hey, Steven.
Oh, I'm
you
sorry.
Hear me, Steve?
Go ahead, Crypto.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I thought my phone was acting up again.
Probably.
Oh, what a day, Steven. I will say this. From time to time, I do give stock market references when I'm making a point. I'll end it with 2 key stock market references to summarize every discussion and everybody's arguments today that was made at each other, for each other, and against each other. So I'll say this. Number 1, don't catch a fallen knife. Number 2, buy the Dolphins, sell everybody else. Have a good one.
I like it, Crypto. I like it. All right, Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. I need your help, guys. I desperately need your help. I need you to go, and if you are able to, donate $10. If you can do more, great, even better. But go to the links I put in the chat and in the description below for the Game 3 watch parties, the RSVPs, and get it. You'll get a digital raffle ticket, and we are going to raffle away a pair of tickets to Game 4 of the NBA and NHL finals, respectively, in both parties. There's you can buy one. If you click the drop down, you can buy 1, 6, or 13 tickets at a time. It's really, really good because we're trying to grow something here. And if you win and you gift the tickets, I will gift you a pair of tickets to any one of the home games this year. And whatchamacallit, any one of the away games that I'm hosting, Philly, Baltimore, DC. All right, because it'll be a big deal. It'll be a big deal. So it's some incentive for you, because if you win, you get a chance to have 2 tickets to an away game, and it only costs you at minimum $10. We need more than 10 if you can do it. But the more, look, we're trying to hit a certain number, and if we can hit that certain number together, don't just do it, share it, let people know about it. I really need y'all to come through for me on this one if you're able to. It's that big. Because I want to do more stuff like this, and I want to be able to give back to be able to do more stuff like this. And if you guys come through, it's going to allow me to do that, because they're going to see my value and my worth, and it's going to be a big deal. Okay. So let's do it. Let's do it together. It's a big deal. I appreciate it. I hope that you do it. All right. I love you guys. You guys are the best fans in the world. Tomorrow, there is no show. There will be a show on Thursday. I'll be doing it live from Solo D's studio. And actually, I might be, now that I think about it, I might be doing it from a hotel room. I'm not sure yet. I have to find that out. But nonetheless, yeah, I'll be doing it. And down in South Florida, it'll be good times. I hope you all enjoy everything. It's going to be a lot of fun. Wednesday, Thursday night watch parties at Veza Soar. Tomorrow night, Thursday night, Veza Soar in Wynwood. I want to see you there if you're able to come. And Friday and Saturday night, I'll be in Miami going to NBA finals and NHL finals. So I'm pretty stoked about it. So, yeah, let's keep doing it. Shout out to Lime Tickets. Shout out to Tail Greeter for getting all this set up and done. Shout out for Veza Soar, Solo D, DJ Tropic 2.0. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. So, guys, go get your tickets now. Go get them. Please help me. Help me help you so that we can do bigger stuff in the future. This is a big moment for the show. It's a critical moment for the show. So, need y'all's help. All right. I love you all. Y'all are the best. I will talk to you all Thursday. Follow me on social media at Stephen D. SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. Actually, I probably will be going live tomorrow night to do the live drawing for the NBA tickets. Okay? So be there. It'll be good. All right? I love you all. We'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.
My intuition told me this. To trust the coach, he holds a gift. He knowing when to go with fits. So we knowing when to switch. This year we got the golden pick. Time to see what that pick about. Bad vibes get sent out. Only fans up in this house. We been waiting, yeah, we been patient. Now it's time to cash out, no discount. Super Bowl, yeah, we in route. I don't know when, but it's close. I don't want to overhype, but I just know I like it. So excited, he gon' notice now. You should know the rise. Yeah, they say 2 from that rock. Shout out to Samoa, and now it's time to lay the smack down. You think you Dwayne Johnson? Time to be the people's champ. Hit them with the people's elbows, stick together like it's Velcro. You think you could stop us? Hell no, all day I dream about sports. I think I need some Chateau custom with some darkest colors, just to let them know we here. Yeah, I know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter column. Whole squad been trained to go. Biz for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just to welcome bro.